Have you ever been to Antarctica?
Yeah.
Do you believe in the ice wall?
Yeah, I saw the ice wall.
Well,
Yeah, you saw it too.
I can't stay on the street.
No way. We'll talk about it later. That's crazy.
He almost leaked it.
You may have heard that my streaming crime network, True Blue, and I are investigating the exploitation of children on the popular gaming platform Roblox. Well, it's absolutely true, and we're deep into it. I've already interviewed law enforcement investigators and victims of this horrible activity. And we have some collaborators, some people who've been working in this space, including Schlepp, who have committed to help us in this endeavor. Will Roblox actually say anything about it? Will it make any changes? We're going to do our best to hold them accountable.
What's next? Roblox going to ban Chris Hansen too?
Oh my god, right. Me and Am got on the train to come home, and oh my god, what is that on my... Is my eyelash hanging off?
Your brain is actually what controls what you see. Check this thing out. This will show you, look, the one on the right looks smaller. You're sure it looks smaller, but it's just your brain. They're the same size.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Get in the house. Come on. Get away from there. Get away from there. Don't ever go to a van like that. Okay. What are you doing? No, you're not kidnapping my son. What are you doing?
Do anyone else feels like those ice cream trucks that I've been seeing all online? It's like thousands of them across the country. It's like a distraction from certain files.
Man, New York got to do better. This is ridiculous. It's the Ninja Turtles. Oh.
Had an FBI consultant on the picture telling me that they can use your ADT security box microphone to get your stuff that's going on in your house, or OnStar, they could shut your car down. And he told me that 1 in 5 phone calls that you make are recorded and logged. And I laughed at him, and then he played back a phone conversation I'd had 2 years prior to joining the picture. The FBI consultant. And it was like one of those phone calls, like, you know, what are you wearing type of things. Really? Yes, it was mad weird.
Is that the reason why they try to say he was crazy years after and kind of just destroyed his entire career?
More and more parents are showing videos of the ice cream man showing up in late hours of the night trying to sell ice cream to their kid. And this is a totally different ice cream truck, as you can see. This person posted this at 9:38 p.m. This truck is white. The other one was a dark blue. And there's no reason to be selling ice cream at this hour. Now, if you don't already know, there's a lot of reports in Virginia of over 50 kids missing, and the parents keep on posting videos of this ice cream truck and a few others in the area driving around to late hours.
Want me to come with you? Someone getting a... Oh my gosh. Someone called the ambulance? Call the ambulance. Call the ambulance. No, someone will be first and we're going to check later. Oh, wow.
I swear, small planes seem like they crash the most. That's why I would never get on one. Hopefully that person will make a fine recovery.
So Dr. Doofenshmirtz then created a machine that goes around and pick dead bodies up. Now, I'm highly confused on why would we need this, unless, you know, they expecting bodies that need to get picked up, like they on just the street or something, just laying down. And I don't know why, but I just get, you know, evil villain vibes from this. Like a whole body bag robot is absolutely diabolical. Like not calling an ambulance, but pick them up like roaches that's on the street. And people like to call other people superstitious, but answer this question. What is this used for besides the battlefield or an event where there's bodies laying all over the floor? In the times that we living in, I couldn't put it past them. Definitely living in some strange times.
Follow for more.
I agree. What do you need something like that for besides the 2 reasons he just named? Like, maybe they planning for something. And if we find out something happened within a year, Remember this video.
China is now warning of a real-life Godzilla after Japan began the controversial release of the 1.3 million tons of treated radioactive water into the sea today. If you didn't know, for the last 12 years, workers at the plant have been pumping water through Fukushima's ruins in efforts to prevent the debris from overheating and causing further damage. But they say that storing all of that contaminated water is becoming too expensive and they're running out of space. So treating the water and releasing it into the ocean is what they've decided. The United Nations nuclear watchdog has approved the plan, with multiple regulatory bodies and experts concluding that the impact on the environment and people would be negligible. Some, however, either disagree with or don't trust these experts, with one of those being China. They accused Japan of using the ocean like their private sewer and now imposed a blanket ban on all imports of Japanese seafood. Their state media also said that it could open Pandora's box and trigger fears of mutations leading up to the real Godzilla. The question is, do you trust the experts on this one, or is this a disaster waiting to happen?
If you're enjoying content like this, I make several videos out of the week. It would be so cool if you hit the sub button and join me on my next video.
Triangle UFO sighting Kissimmee, Florida.
That literally looked like the pyramids we were just talking about on, I think, the last video, the video before that I brought up the game Destiny 2. It literally looks like that. I mean, what would you do if you went outside at night and looked up and it was a giant pyramid UFO just above you? What would you do?
Something really crazy was recently discovered in the Grand Canyon, and there's not a whole lot of people talking about this. Before I get into that, around the same time as this discovery, there was also wildfires and floodings that caused parts of the Grand Canyon to get shut off from tourism. People are now skeptical of this series of events, wondering if this was just nature's natural incidents or if this could have been something more intentional in order to prevent more things from being discovered in the Grand Canyon. Now, you may be thinking that's crazy, but in 1908, a traveler named G.E. Kincaid wanted to explore the Grand Canyon before it was officially declared a national park. While exploring, he ran across a man-made opening into a cave system, but when he went into this cave system, he realized that this wasn't any ordinary cave, but an entire ancient city deep in the Grand Canyon. He estimated that around 50,000 people could have lived there at one point, but the city itself wasn't even the strangest part. The strangest part is that he found ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs on the walls, which is really strange when you consider the location. Fast forwarding to more recent times, we're being told that a bizarre ancient creature was unearthed. Maybe there's more to discover in the Grand Canyon after all.
I don't think we will ever know, but don't you think it would be pretty weird if you was at the Grand Canyon and you saw Egyptian hieroglyphics? Would be very bizarre, right? Something about the Grand Canyon, something that's going on there. There's been too many people that went there, disappeared. They find something, they disappear.
What is going on? Do you see that? Oh my God.
I don't know.
Video recorder.
Didn't I tell y'all when y'all see this face that I'm about to drop a truth bomb on you, so you need to tune in? So Salma Hayek, a Mexican actress and film producer, is an alleged witch. Y'all listen to what we all about to hear, and shout out to the Controversy 7 YouTube channel. Let me stop talking and play this clip, because this stuff in Helly Weird is not false. It's true. Lee Daniels said it too, that he do this. Watch.
Babies, that is not bullshit. It's true.
So it's not just the dogs and the cats, not just the pets.
It's not just the dogs and the cats. They're full-on vampires, and everybody still thinks I'm crazy. crazy, but I'm not crazy. They're full-on vampires. They love the taste of human flesh and they drink human blood. They do, Tucker. Stop staring at me like that.
Freaking me out, man. Because you spent your life in the entertainment business, so I think you have some authority on this.
So many kids that I was in mental institutions with over the years, they are all from those cults. And they've covered it all up. They've covered it all up. And, I just pray to God.
As crazy as this woman sounds, I will tell you that she is not a crazy woman. Many people online mocked her and were saying that she is schizophrenic and that she is a conspiracy theorist for stating out the obvious of what goes on in satanic cults and in witchcraft and in the world of the occult. She went out on the record and spoke to Tucker Carlson in front of people. These are the words that she said. Roseanne Barr is not crazy. What she has stated is plain facts. Vampires are real. Vampirism is a real thing that exists. Do you know that the people in Hollywood believe that by drinking the blood of children and by consuming the flesh of children and by consuming the flesh of men, that they will receive a youthful appearance? Do you know that they believe in that? Remember that the Bible says life is in the blood. So what they believe is that by drinking blood, they are able to attain a youthful life and a youthful appearance. Salma Hayek is a witch, and her husband, he is the CEO of the parent company that owns Balenciaga. He himself is involved in high-level witchcraft and things that are very questionable that connects to child exploitation.
Considering everything we see in Hollywood, it wouldn't be very surprising. The issue is maybe if that is true, hopefully one day these people get held accountable.
Lady Gaga just released an extremely creepy and demonic music video, and it contains hundreds of baby dolls. Some appear to be decapitated, haunted, dancing, whatever the heck is going on. And at first glance, you may recognize where this music video is being recorded. It actually has a very dark history. If you've seen my videos on Lady Gaga before, you know that her music videos and music itself has a lot of symbolism. This is recorded in the island of the Dolls, located in Mexico. There's no electricity here, no concrete buildings, no running water, just thousands of haunted dolls. Story has it there was a little girl who drowned, and a man named Don Julian unsuccessfully tried to save her in 1950, but he swears he could hear her cry for years and years after. Some say that he would find new dolls appearing outside, which I don't believe, and some say for 17 years after he would hang up dolls trying to ward off the evil spirits. Eventually, in 2001, he was found dead in the same canal that she was. As of 2022, the Guinness World Records recognized this place as the largest haunted doll collection in the world. The real question is, why the heck would Lady Gaga record a music video in this place?
You're right, but I'm asking you, pound for pound. That's the beauty of this. No, you don't want to say it because you're in. No, the beauty of this is, and he's going to fight him July 11th. Then you find out where everything falls out. That's the beauty of the whole thing. But the beauty of this whole thing is also conversation, right? This is what sports fans do. Who's going to win? Who do you like? Pound for pound. So pound for pound, is also conversation, right? This is what sports fans do. Who do you like? Pound.
Oh my goodness.
Man addicted to Coca-Cola has 35 stones removed from his bladder after drinking 3 liters daily. Jesus Christ! Those aren't stones, those are boulders. Oh my god. And 3 liters of Coca-Cola daily? Do y'all know how much a liter of soda is? You're trying to tell me he was drinking 3 of these big old bitches a day? Oh my god. Your fucking blood has to be the consistency of soup. I don't even think I could get through 1 of these by myself in a day. You get through 3 a day? Daily? blood sugar gotta be out of this f***ing world. How did you even survive having this inside?
It looked like he had a rock collection inside his body. Maybe he should chill out on the sodas.
Tom Hanks, beloved actor. And those clips I showed you are from a sketch he did with Jimmy Kimmel about 14 years ago. Now, this was the era of toddlers and tiaras, and it was popular to do sketches like this with the intention of how creepy pageants like these are. So I could dismiss this as a poor taste satire like the early 2000s were riddled with, except the story of Tom Hanks does not quite end with this joke. In 2018, a woman named Sarah Ruth Ashcraft came out with really serious allegations against Tom Hanks, a fact that you will find nowhere on the internet anymore unless you search the archives. In fact, if you try Googling her name, nothing comes up, which feels reminiscent of women like Fiona Barnett, who I've also covered here. Sarah's allegations were not just towards Tom Hanks, it was towards an entire ring that she claimed her own family sold her into, so the claims here feel really outlandish. I don't even know that I would have mentioned it here if what happened next didn't happen. When Sarah came out with her story, it piqued the interest of a woman named Tracy Twyman. She began working with Sarah in order to get her story told in the mainstream. Sarah was not the only person that she was working with at this time. It seemed like Tracy was a part of the mass collaboration to expose the island, but that all came to a stop only a few months later when Tracy would be found unalived in 2019. This unaliving was ruled as self-inflicted, but she made multiple blog posts claiming that she was being threatened just days leading up to her death. Sick. We haven't heard that one before. The late Kyle Marissa Roth had numerous videos covering Tom Hanks if you're interested. And if this story wasn't convincing enough to you, you can go down an entire rabbit hole if you Google this man, whose name I won't say here because when you do talk about this guy on the internet, your video goes poof. Isn't that weird? Isn't that funny? But hey, maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe he's totally innocent and everyone else is crazy. There's an easy way to find out. Do you know how? Release the list, right? Right? Like release the list. This is for entertainment purposes only. What do you guys think?
Considering everything we know from the last 2 years, that actually could be true. Tom Hanks already gave that weird energy, and the whole Instagram with the missing like shoes and stuff like that is so bizarre. But yeah, considering what we know about 2025 and the leaks being really weird, especially with kids, it wouldn't be surprising.
Did you notice the terrifying shadow on the wall when Cynthia Erivo played Jesus? No one realized she received 3 punishments for blaspheming God. Cynthia completely subverted the role of Jesus in the musical Jesus Christ Superstar. First, she changed Jesus' gender. Second, her accessories ruined the crucifixion scene. She wore elaborate long nails and overly ornate earrings. As punishment for her blasphemy, Cynthia's body underwent some unexplainable changes. First, during the crucifixion scene, she grew so weak she couldn't stand, and Adam had to reach out to steady her. This was definitely not pre-planned acting, as the organizers had stationed 2 bodyguards behind her. Their presence completely disrupted the stage's integrity, and they were there solely to ensure Cynthia didn't have an accident. Second, her shadow took on an eerie transformation. Look at that outline. It seemed to foreshadow that mocking God is an act of the devil. Third, her hands showed abnormalities. People had previously thought Cynthia's large-looking hands were just an illusion caused by her long nails. But this time, if you look closely at her hands, you'll see her fingers are eerily elongating. They should put an end to this farce.
Let me tell you a story. I had a dream about her a few days ago after the last video I had of her showing that. And in that dream, it was so creepy. Like, she was outside of whatever house I lived at in the dream. And it kind of she kind of enticed me to come towards her. So I'm walking towards it, then I finally see her face. She says something, and my brain wakes me up immediately. So I guess it was about to be a nightmare or something.
A lot of people have this picture still in their house to this day. Well, what do you know? The Last Supper. Wow. This is what I like to call hidden in plain sight. If you come across this, that means your spiritual alarm clock has woke you up. It's your time. If you come across any of my videos, you will be enlightened. Now look at this. Wow. Hidden in plain sight. Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
I do believe some things are hidden in plain sight, but I think some of these could be illusions. Am I the only person who get creeped out by symbolism in concerts? That literally look like that could be a giant ritual for something. Like that, her with the whatever covering her face with the weird symbolism. It's really strange and bizarre. And we've seen on this channel how deep that rabbit hole goes.
The Republicans were criticizing you. Oh, what about Bohemian Grove? And then you countered them by saying, "Hey, I don't run around in the woods naked." What did that mean?
I don't know what quote you're referring to. I'm not aware of any quote like that. Listen, I am a happy member of the Bohemian Grove. I like the folks who come there, and it's really inappropriate for me to talk about the group beyond that. Thank you.
Have you been there for the ceremony with the cremation of care?
Frankly, I don't think that's something I need to talk to you about.
Well, I'm Alex Jones, and I snuck in there in 2000. I'm the guy that blew it wide open and got the video. It's been on national TV.
Well, I just respect you for that.
You do?
I do.
But it's a lot of big public officials going in there. Don't we deserve to know?
I don't know anything about you, and I don't know anything about your film. But if you go in there with an understanding, you violated that understanding by releasing that film, and I don't respect you for that.
Really? Well, we have public officials.
I'm sorry. You took an understanding when you went in there that you would not do that film. And did you have an understanding when you went in there?
No.
Did you crash it?
Yes.
Yeah, and it has no trespassing signs there too, doesn't it?
No, they put them up after.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just walked in.
I'm sorry, sir. I've been there before. I know what the circumstances are, and I'm sorry you violated the understandings. That was not a gentlemanly thing to do.
But what about the ritual? Is the ritual genuinely?
Sir, everything I don't owe you this comment.
I know.
This is what's called ambush journalism, and I disrespect you for that as well. So thank you and goodbye.
Have you ever been in a ritual?
That's none of your damn business.
Oh,
that's right. Listen. You go around and make understandings with people and violate them. You ambush people on the streets when that's inappropriate form of journalism. If you wish to practice that, that's fine, but don't ask others to respect you for it. If you want to, you can do. You're free American, like anything you want. If you want to be uncivil and rude and ungentlemanly, that's up to you. But don't expect the rest of us to say, "Oh, well, you're
there, Mr. Gergen."
I'm sorry, nobody sets policy in there. We try to be gentlemen, and obviously, you don't belong there.
Weaving spiders come out here. Yeah, that is a 3-pointer. Woo!
It's just a train, but Denzel's so good. He goes, "Are we going to stop that train? All right, so we're going to stop it. I believe we can stop this train." Huh? Right? You, me, everybody in here. We're going to stop this train.
A resident in South Lake Tahoe, California, has tested positive for the plague. According to local health officials, the person infected is believed to have been bitten by an infected flea while camping and is currently recovering at home. The plague is a disease caused by a type of bacteria. Last month, an infected person died of plague in Arizona, but according to health officials, risk of exposure to plague and its transmission from person to person remains very low. Let's hope that it stays that way.
Let's hope it do stay that way. We do not need something like that going on right now in today's world.
First aliens, UFOs, CERN, portals. Now we got dinosaurs.
Be productive today. I'm going to go out. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to get shit done. It's pouring rain. Fuck this. I'm getting drunk.
Check out what was spotted here on this old trailer. The Fruit of the Loom logo with the cornucopia. You guys remember this? Do you guys remember this logo? It's very interesting because Fruit of the Loom denies that they ever had a cornucopia in their logo. No, the Fruit of the Loom logo never featured a cornucopia. I don't know about you guys, but this is exactly what I remember and what we see actually with our reality. So I'm very curious about the Mandela effect and like, you know,
I remember it as well. Either something weird is going on or they're gaslighting us.
That does possess the heartbeat will end right now.
There's absolutely no reason why our heart rate should even be reading. Because I'm not touching the doll, so it can't be reading me.
They need to get rid of it, whatever it is.
Bastard! Hey, fucker! Get off me! Thank you!
Ayaw mo din sa
Imagine you just bought shrimp for dinner, you're cooking it, you ate it, and you found out it was linked to radiation. FDA just dropped some crazy ass news on a great value shrimp from Walmart. And you need to hear this. They are warning the public right now. If you bought shrimp, the great value shrimp from Walmart, do not eat it at all. Throw that bitch away. They're advising Walmarts, if you got it, don't serve it. Throw that shit away. Because they said it could have been linked to cesium-137, which is a radioactive isotope. And that shit right there, y'all, is the same stuff that's linked to cancer risk. They say they found traces of this in the ports of Los Angeles, Miami, Houston, and Savannah, y'all. This shit is crazy if you ask me. I'm just trying to figure out how does something like this slip through the cracks without them noticing? And why so late? And the crazy part is the FDA said no contaminated shrimp has reached the stores. So why are y'all giving out this massive warning? Something like this can slip through the cracks. How many other things slip through the crack without us knowing? This shit is wild, fool. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. If you got one of those bags in your freezer right now, I would go throw that joint out. I wouldn't risk it at all. Hell no. Like, how can we trust imported food if this shit is happening? This year alone, we've seen so many fucking recalls that it don't even make no fucking sense. If you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you. And if this was informative for you, make sure you double tap, leave your comments down below, and share this video.
I thought radiation was supposed to give you powers according to comic books. But in all seriousness, yeah, if you have that, get rid of that. They need to start being more strict to the FDA.
Maybe it's true.
What's going on?
I threw a coat on the floor. Did you see that? I feel so bad for her now, bruh. She lost everything she had, all because of this one fucking person. This is what happens when you in the industry and you start talking out against people that's doing some weird shit. They try to silence you, and that's just what they did to her. If y'all can recall, you remember that episode when Wendy Williams exposed Diddy when she showed the pictures of him allegedly doing something with another man, that same week, she was supposed to do a show, or she was supposed to talk on the radio, and Diddy made that call like, you better not have her up there. And then that's when everything went downhill from there. When I say downhill, I'm talking downhill, bruh. Like fast. Like all these things was just piling up. I'm talking about her health. Her show was declining. Like she was declining in general. She knew too much, bruh. They was trying to get her up out of there. Bruh, in 2023, she was diagnosed with aphasia. And if you look it up, it's certain ways you can get that disease. And one of them being a head injury.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that Wendy Williams was a really good person, because half the stuff she said wasn't even true about some of these people. So I can see why a lot of people, especially people in the industry, wouldn't like her. But going against somebody like Diddy, even back then, to me, was just a bad call. Regardless, she obviously don't deserve whatever is going on with her, and her health decline, and her own family using her is definitely not a good thing. I hope eventually she can recover and get back to how she was before. But yeah, she was messing with enemies she really didn't know that much about when it comes to that power and what they're capable of doing.
$2 billion. $2 billion. Ozempic is being sued for $2 billion. And the vast majority of us told y'all something would happen. We just didn't know exactly what. However, stomach paralysis, vomiting, gallbladder disease, and a whole bunch of other gastrointestinal issues. When I tell you that a bunch of people told y'all this was going to happen, we truly told y'all this was going to happen. There's even people who have gone blind. They cannot see anymore because they started taking this miracle substance. And after hearing about it, I'm starting to now wonder if this is why so many different celebrities are all coming down with a bunch of these different seemingly random diseases. What if it's not so random? What if it's because they've been taking this for a little bit longer than you really think? Listen, y'all be careful. Y'all make sure that y'all take care of yourselves. But again, we told y'all not to take this stuff, bro.
Anytime you take any type of medicine, it always comes with side effects. That's just how medicine works. But to use something and try to, in my opinion, if you're a normal, healthy individual and cheat and use something like Ozempic because you don't want to do calorie in, calorie out, and whatever else you're supposed to be doing on the diet, if there's nothing wrong with you, which is 98% of the people that's using it, so the people that actually do need it, that have diabetes, had to spend crazy amount of money for it, I think that's just messed up. It's a shame these side effects seem to be more common. And maybe that's why the celebrities are starting to have certain issues. But I personally, I wouldn't take nothing like that with the side effects he just named: blindness, gallbladder issues. I don't know if you ever seen somebody that had gallbladder issues. That stuff hurts. And issues with your stomach and colon, is not worth it. Just watch what you eat and move your body. You'll eventually do something.
They were camping alone in the Appalachians when their nightmare started. At first, they heard only a faint crunch of leaves far away. Then, heavier, closer. Something was moving out there with purpose, stalking them silently. The thin fabric of their tent was all that stood between them and the dark unknown. Suddenly, a sharp thud hit the tent's side. Branches snapped, harsh and sudden, like brittle bones breaking in the night. The air grew colder. The night fell silent. Predators quiet everything before the strike. They heard it circling slowly, deliberate and menacing. Its breathing was ragged, wet, and desperate. A low growl rose from the shadows, shaking the ground beneath them. She gripped his arm, tears streaming down her cheeks. But whatever was out there, it was moving closer. Their hearts raced as they unzipped the tent, desperate to see what hunted them. But the moment they stepped into the darkness, they knew they should have stayed inside. There's a terrifying video showing exactly what happened next on YouTube. Don't watch it, or it might traumatize you. But if you dare, click share, then more, then YouTube.
It literally looks like hell has arrived in Texas. Right now, urgent evacuations are underway in several towns as massive fires made worse by strong winds ignited on Monday afternoon and exploded in size on Tuesday, tearing across and burning 500,000 acres of the state. That's more than the size of London in just 48 hours. Videos show enormous smoke clouds stretching as far as the eye can see, firefighters driving through a literal inferno and dodging firenadoes. Homes have been burnt in almost every direction. Thousands are without power. Families have been forced to flee to shelters. And even the state's nuclear weapon facility is also now undergoing evacuations. Just one of the blazes has burnt more land this week than all of the state's 2023 fires combined, making it the second largest on record. The fires currently are not under control, and authorities have not yet pinpointed the sources of the blaze. But of course, I'll make another update for you guys tomorrow.
Not much to say about that besides I hope the people are safe and can rebuild after all that happens, because that's devastating.
Anybody else seen this weird photo of Pope Francis at the Jordan River? The Pope is standing at the steps of the Jordan River, staring down into it, and when you look in the reflection, it's the Pope, and then there's something else standing beside him that's not in the photo of him on the steps. Whatever is standing beside him in his reflection is in black robes. It almost looks like a black hat. Now, a lot of people are saying that it looks like the Grim Reaper, which I do find pretty strange because Pope Francis did pass away not too long after this photo was taken. Other people said it looks like a plague doctor. I used AI to enhance the photo and it did not help. It looks even creepier now. In my opinion, whatever this thing is, it looks like there's somebody standing in front of it. Like it's two people. But what do y'all think about this? Let me know. And don't forget to like and follow for more creepy content. Good night.
It looks like it's like a demon or something. You can see the horns come out on the side. Like got like a robe on. Probably another interdimensional entity if it's not a demon. Regardless, we saw what happened to him later on. So, yeah.
Oh, you son of a bitch. What have you done? Now, people, you know, any information I have, I share with you, and I hope you do the same with me. And with that being said, can somebody tell me who the hell these people are? Who is this man? Who is this woman? Can somebody tell me who is this? Who is this? This guy's brought his whole family. Who are these people? So for the people that don't know, in the early 1900s, these people was going to the beach fully clothed. I'm talking suited and booted, bruv. Like they've never seen the beach before in their life. Look at this guy here. I mean, look at him. People say they dress different in those times. But brother, have you ever been to the beach? Do you know how much sand would get in your shoes and in your coat and your fur? And come on, brother. Being a female, wearing a dress, sitting down on the wet sand, that's not very ladylike. So basically, what we're trying to say is that these people have been sent in after the reset, because there's no way that these people are coming to the beach dressed like this.
He's a reptile, man. What are they called? A reptile?
Bro. It's a hey, it's for real. We just spent the last 17 hours together.
You're a robot.
No, you can't say that.
What's up, buddy?
Nah, we're gonna address that after this call. We're not letting that slip.
He's a reptile, man.
Now, I'm sure that he was just joking around, right? Just kidding with a friend of his, right? Right? Huh? Or is there something more going on here? Because if you noticed, Mr. Beast kind of got a little bothered when Aiden Ross called him what he called him. Why would that be? I don't know what's going on here. I'm just sharing this clip. That's all that I am doing. It's there. You just got to listen. It's always in plain sight.
Mr. Beast has nothing in his eyes. They're dead. I don't know about a robot, but he's definitely something going on with him. And it seemed like he's changed or seems somewhat different ever since the whole meme with people showing him a bunch of money, and then he decided to go with the meme. Regardless, I've never been that much of a fan of Mr. Beast. I mean, while it's cool that you are donating money from the money you make from the videos and stuff to help people, at the same time, it's like if you really wanted to help people, you wouldn't be having cameras there to do so. So I feel like he's a perfect example of like late capitalism when you just make money off anything. And he, in my opinion, is exploiting kids to a certain degree by making the type of videos he's making when he knows for a fact that it caters to kids. Tons of videos out there talking about him. So is he helping people? Sure. I guess at the end of the day, most people would be like, well, we help people. What difference does it make if we don't care or not? All I care about is this. You could look at it like that too, but I think I wouldn't be surprised if more things came out about him personally, like especially this year. It wouldn't be surprising.
On May 6th in 2019, a family went to explore an abandoned gold mine in the Nevada desert. And while this was meant to be just a fun time with the family, they ended up discovering something inside the cave that was deeply unsettling to them. When the family initially entered the cave, they remained silent as to not cause an accidental cave-in, but as they continued to explore, they looked deep into the cave and realized that there was something reflecting back at them. When they went to go see what it was, check out what they found.
So, do you see the reflection? I'm trying to... It's you.
The family ran across a group of shoes and bones, and theories began to circulate immediately as to why they were there. While some theorized that it could have been a serial trophy collection, others believed that it could have been a nest for a predator like a mountain lion or cougar. At the end of the day, we don't know for sure, but let me know what you think.
This will kill you in an instant.
Ho, ho, ho. You might think that I'm exaggerating, but walking through this would have you literally pass out within 1 second, and then you'd be dead within 1 minute. This is a fascinating video that I scrolled across on Reddit. It shows this man lighting up a flare, tossing the flare into this small ditch, and instead of the smoke just sinking down to the bottom here, we can see that it hovers here about 3 feet above the surface of the ground. That's because this flare was tossed into something known as a mizuku, which directly translates to evil wind. Mizukus are pockets of carbon dioxide gas typically found in places with high volcanic activity or tectonic activity. And what happens is the carbon dioxide gas gets released into the atmosphere, and that carbon dioxide, because it's heavier than normal air we breathe, just sits and rests in low places. The gas is also odorless and colorless, so you can't see it, and if you accidentally walk through one of these valleys filled with the gas, you're gonna die. Even worse, kids are most affected because they're lowest to the ground. Later in the video, the guy also walks through the mizuku, which is honestly crazy. He is at a safe height here, but if he were to duck down and take a breath, again, he would die.
Joke, it's crazy how many different ways you can just like that. Carbon monoxide is no joke. It takes people lives all the time. If you don't have a monitor in your house, I highly suggest you get one. They don't cost that much. Obviously, most states in the United States require you to have one. They're required, like whoever owns the building, in my case, I rent, to have one. But personally, I bought another one that I have over there on that bookshelf, just in case. Also, if you ever feel like lightheaded and stuff like that, I know a lot of people say they've been feeling lightheaded, headaches, no motivation. Check your CO2 levels. Because I used to feel like that a couple of months ago, come to find out, when I decided to buy a CO2 monitor. It cost a decent amount of money, like $180. RNet 4, I think it was called. My CO2 was 2,300. That's extremely high. So it literally turns your brain, not literally, but turns your brain into mush. Like, you're not going to be able to be as adaptable like you normally would be. And obviously the key to that is just open your windows. So I open my window at least once or twice a day because of it. It's supposed to be between 400 and 1,000. I know that's probably too much information. It has nothing to do with the video. I just Wanted to let you know.
Y'all, something major is happening with the planet, primarily having to do with the atmosphere, right? Because people are reporting all over the world, exhaustion, lack of energy, lack of motivation, depression. And did you know there was a place in Russia that the people fell asleep for 7 days, y'all?
You tell us what you think is making everybody so exhausted. Extremely tired. You know, somewhere over there in Russia or somewhere like that, there was a whole village that slept for 7 whole days. And they never really did come out and tell the real cause.
So the story goes, there is this village in Russia that fell asleep for 7 days after the earthquake. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but there were some toxins or some chemicals that permeated throughout the air, and those people fell asleep, and they're not telling people. Nobody's really speaking about this, y'all. But that's not the only thing, y'all. So I used to work in healthcare, y'all, and people, they were expressing to me that the atmosphere feels different, that the air feels thicker and it feels hotter, that when they're breathing in, that it kind of like burns. Like, what? Like, I've never heard of that before. And then fast forward to a few years later, majority of the people are experiencing lack of energy, lack of motivation. It's like, what's something about this shift is very interesting, y'all. But how y'all feeling? Let me know down in the comments below, y'all. The shift is here. Let's get it. Peace in.
You tell us what you think is making everybody so exhausted. Extremely tired.
Thank goodness they woke up, right? I don't know what type of chemical would pass you off for 7 days. A lot of symptoms they just named is what I just set up in the previous reaction about CO2 levels. I think if you sleep for 7 days, though, some type of weird chemical, but I'm just glad they woke up. Something definitely is going on with the weather, though. You hear millions of people on the internet all saying the same thing. It could be what we eating. Could be the air. That's why yesterday I bought another indoor air quality monitor that checks VOCs and everything.
He touched the tree and the tree opened. We went inside the tree. It was a whole village of Bigfoots. Baby Bigfoots, female Bigfoots. I'm talking about massive Bigfoots. It was like some Wakanda stuff. It's there, but you don't even know that it's there. I'm seeing all kind of stuff. Hey, these are not just, you think they're just some creatures or whatever the situation may be. These beings are heavenly advanced. Okay? They were the first to be created. They were too big, they were too strong. So they needed to slim them down, and that's when they started creating humans. This is what this dude is telling me. He was like, we've seen the anger of man at its finest. That's why we always just, we in and out. Because we know what they want to do to us, and they don't even know that we are their brothers, basically. I'm like, but how did y'all learn English?
Good point. Part 2 it is.
Yeah, good point. My question is, if you was on the opposite side and you saw what humans can do, wouldn't you avoid them too? That's why most animals avoid us. They don't know what we're going to do. And if you look at what we did, even in a century with the nuclear weapons and stuff like that, I would stay away from humans if I was another creature. Even if it was something like, even if I was like a alien or a Bigfoot or cryptid, I would just stay away. Technology is no joke.
I have a video here that I found on my old camera. And this was taken in a remote part of Chile. And it was in a cave. And this thing looks like a goat, but they're saying it's a shape-shifting alien. But if you look at the arms, you'll see. And it goes on top of a cliff when the tide goes down. It's on a remote area in a beach part where there's no people. I don't know how they found this. And that's it on the rock. You could see the two horns on top of its head. So I'll try to zoom in. Who's ever taken this picture, I think they got to this certain part of the beach, and clearly the guy is, or the people are shaking. I'm going to re-loop it. So you could see its arms. The arms are very long. So that's it. You see how long the arms are? It looks like an animal, but like no animal that I've ever seen. See, the head looks like a goat. I'm trying to find the original video to this. When I stop it, it's not. I'm not shaking. The person that's taking it is shaking. Yeah, you could see the eyes in the very first part of it.
So I am convinced that every single weird things humans have seen, cryptids, maybe demons, aliens, I think all that stuff is interdimensional. I think they live on a different plane with time and space. They can go in and out of it at will. And I think that's some of the reasons why some people will see weird creatures, then they just disappear. Now, I think it's pretty funny the name of that channel was called is all fake. And maybe it is. It could be AI. It's so hard to tell. And that's one of the reasons why I think AI videos existed in the first place. Obviously, that's fake. But I will still admit that's pretty terrifying when a lady or whatever was going up the steps and usually recording. I don't know what it is about like slow, suspenseful scenes like that are so terrifying compared to the fast shadow you see that go across, you know?
This behind me is the first of its kind. This is the world's first continuous microwave pyrolysis solar powered reactor, baby. And it is a last after 8 months of hard work. 8 months of you guys giving me your support, your blessings, your faith. We are at last here because I have completed the upgrades. The continuous feed chamber is done. The primary reactor chamber is done. Extra magnetrons have been completed. Done. Electric boxes, both of them, done. Everything has been leak tested under pressure and under vacuum, and it has excelled. It is ready, and we are ready to make the world's first ever recycling. That's right. We are about to make fuel out of plastic and sunlight, baby. Tomorrow is going to be the first ever run. I've done all the tests. Everything looks great. And we are ready. Thank you all so much for all of your support, all your faith, all your beliefs, all the fundraising, everybody who's ever showed up to events, because we are all here and have been building up for this moment. Completely handmade, first of its kind in all of humanity. And I am honored to serve this to the world. So thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Nature Jab.
Hope people keep an eye on him, because if he's making what he said he's making, I think he already did like small tests. A lot of people at the top are not going to be happy about that. Did you know that most recycling doesn't help at all? It's like a good 70% doesn't do anything. It goes in the trash anyway because they can't recycle it. So it would be nice if we could finally get rid of plastic. I mean, it's an amazing thing, plastic, you know, but it got too many cons. It's a very flexible.
So y'all, on the Spanish network, they are playing this video that is actually going viral, and what to do in case you start hearing the trumpets, you know, like the end time trumpets, y'all. And I got the video and I translated to English, but listen to what they have to say, y'all. Check this out.
Should you do if you hear the trumpets? Don't go out. Lock doors and windows securely. Don't look up. Don't try to record the sound or share it on social media. The signal has already been detected by international systems, and it doesn't come from any human or meteorological source. The sound has been recorded at multiple frequencies simultaneously, and its unique pattern fails to match any known type of musical instrument. If you're among the first to hear it, make sure to stay away from other people as soon as possible. Please do not engage in conversation with anyone who claims to have fully understood the message. If nonsensical phrases begin to repeat softly or in sync throughout the tranquil nighttime hours, please ensure that you leave immediately. Don't follow those who move toward the sound's origin. They no longer respond. If your house starts to tremble slightly or if the lights suddenly begin to dim, please locate a place without windows and maintain complete silence during your stay there. Don't respond to any external calls, even if you recognize the voice, especially if it comes from above.
Hold on, y'all. It sounds exactly what that movie Bird Box been telling me. It's like whenever they open up their eyes and look in the sky, they start to go crazy. Y'all see the eyes? Y'all see the eyes, right? It's in the eyes. So yeah, man, that video's going viral on the Spanish network, so I thought I'd share it with you guys. But what do you guys think, man? We must be close to something because there's a lot of energies within the air. But yeah, y'all, let me know down in the comments below, y'all. Like, follow, and share for more videos like this. Let's continue to get this shift. Peace in.
To me, that's giving me analog horror from YouTube. There's a lot of videos that's like that. That's exactly what that seems like. They look exactly like that. So I don't know if that's some type of prank somebody is playing on TikTok, but that's something you shouldn't be playing around with. But if that did get broadcast in Mexico, that is terrifying if I saw that like late at night or something.
When you see this update on your screen, do not agree to it. Instagram might have just lost their mind. They really think we want people to know our exact location. Hell no, Sway. So I did the update on IG and I logged in and this is what I seen. I was just watching Money Bates video and he was talking about it. So I went and I updated my shit, logged on to Instagram, and this shit popped up. Keep up with your friends and see what's happening nearby. No one can see your location unless you share it. Don't share it. Join your friends on a map. Catch up with friends and see what's around. Discover places and posts. See what's tagged nearby. No one can see your location until you share with them. Share locations appear in places like the map, feed, and chats. Share with people you trust. Share with people you trust. I don't trust too many. You see me, I already got my shit off. You are not sharing your location, and I won't be planning to. But already see it. Some people that I'm following sharing their location. Shit crazy, fool. And like Moneybase said, you can zoom all the way in. You can get their exact location where they're at. That's a breach of privacy. If you want to give up your privacy, go ahead. Like, why would I want to share my location on IG? If I wanted to share my location, I'm gonna do it through my phone. If I trust you enough, like, here, you have my location, brother or shorty. But nah, I mean, it's up to y'all at the end of the day. If you want to give your location up, go ahead. But you know, with some crazy people out here, you might have the wrong person come pull up on you and
That's the sad reality we live in. That is extremely creepy. No way I would give up my location on Instagram or any social media. Like, that's wild to me. In a perfect world, it'd be pretty fun, you know, knowing what people at, and you can meet new people and hang out with them. But we don't live in a perfect world now, do we?
This artwork that was found in Jeffrey Epstein's house is incredibly disturbing. So this was actually in Epstein's mansion in New York City, and as you can see, this is a sculpture of a bronze bride hanging by a rope. All this is coming from the New York Times, and immediately when I viewed this sculpture, I was just overcome with a sense of dread. Clearly you can see that she does not look happy, and she almost looks like she's trying to escape something. Also inside of the mansion, Epstein had photos of he and Ghislaine with Pope John Paul II, Mick Jagger, Elon Musk, Fidel Castro, Richard Branson from Virgin Airlines, President Bill Clinton, which, let me just tell you, this picture is so eerie. And even a signed dollar bill gifted to Epstein by Bill Gates. Now, there were also photos of Epstein with Saudi officials like Mohammed bin Salman. And in the office, Epstein had a green first edition of Lolita, the 1955 novel in which an intellectual develops a sexual obsession with a 12-year-old girl and repeatedly raped her. Epstein also had a stuffed tiger. And in the upstairs bedrooms and bathrooms and areas like that, as you can see here, there were security surveillance cameras in the bedroom and in another room, which obviously provides evidence for the blackmail thing. I mean, you can clearly see these cameras mounted in rooms that in a normal house would not be there.
What a weirdo, right? I hope we never stop talking about that list. But you know what's going to happen is none of them going to get in trouble, and it's going to be humans on the internet just forget stuff, and next thing you know, it's going to be something else big going on, and people just not going to talk about it. Only true people that really want these people to be held accountable will keep talking, but eventually they will get echo chambered out by other situations going on the internet.
Pennywise, are you down there? Are you... The fuck is that?
Thing. I know I'm home alone tonight and I just heard a noise. So if there's a home intruder listening right now, I'm naked and I have a tomahawk. Now I'm about to go take a sip of some lemonade. So if when I'm done sipping on my lemonade and I hear another noise, I'm gonna sweep this house naked with my tomahawk. Now here's the thing. If when I do so naked with my tomahawk, I find someone that shouldn't be here, I'm gonna make the beaches of Normandy.
Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my...
Now, come on, man. Oh, I'm not fucking playing. Oh my god, what the fuck is that? Oh. There's nobody in this fucking store, dude. It's freaking me out, bro. It's freaking me out, bro. Come on, where you at? Like, come on. Bro, you gonna sit here and show yourself in front of me.
Another day, another fishing into somebody's wall. Let's get rid of some of this. What is this? Oh, tough. Nope. Nope, back in the wall. Never to be seen.
Look at Gina Ortega right here. Delightful, beautiful face, gorgeous, bright. Everything is popping. Amazing, beautiful, happy, and excited. Now, what happened here? What is this? See, most people ain't gonna see it. Something is missing here. Something is missing. You don't see it, but I see it. There's something missing within this face. Face structure, A1, on point, gorgeous. But there's something missing. It's something that she has here. I'll let y'all figure it out. That she doesn't have here. Something is missing that she doesn't have. And it's gone. What was Gina Ortega doing? And look at Emma Meyer's face. What was Gina doing? And look at Emma Meyer's face. What's going on? Something just ain't right.
I look like the light in her eyes are gone. And she has those Olympic face. She kind of like an alien now. Definitely something weird going on with her. Some people say that she might have got cloned. I don't know about all that, but yeah, it looked like she's seen something.
Have you seen the video of the alien walking the streets of Atlanta? Don't know what I'm talking about? Take a look at this.
Hey, space guy, man. Hey, bro, hey, can you tattoo alien flag? Yeah, I guess, right? Yeah, but I'm trying to get 2 teardrops, but okay, dog. I took out the whole solar system, but hell, you come out, what? You know I need a teardrop big time, what? What's that, Zola? Yeah, but RP Zola, you know what, going 12, RP that, what?
People in Atlanta are starting to believe that we have a real alien living amongst us and walking amongst us.
Yeah, but RP Zola, you know what, going 12, RP that, what? The folk, hey, boy, I'm still sitting behind that shit. I know, bro. Hey, man. Shit, y'all licking this shit.
So if you're from the Atlanta area, let me know if you've run into the alien from Atlanta, and what are your thoughts? Real, or is that some type of costume? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and as always, I'd love to hear from you.
Well, that's a skit. But it would be pretty crazy if an alien came from wherever it came from and came to the planet Earth and was walking around, just decided to embrace different cultures. That would be pretty hilarious to me. Whatever.
I think it goes without saying this should not be happening in your house, and if it is happening, you've got some serious problems. This is a relatively gross TikTok video that I got tagged in that shows this person opening up a blanket, and on the inside we can see that there are literally mushrooms growing out of the blanket. Now, first off, to realize how bad this is, you need to understand the conditions that cause mushrooms to grow, that being excessive moisture, lack of ventilation, and decaying organic matter. If mushrooms are growing in your house, it means you probably have one or a couple of those factors going on. Things like poor ventilation and excessive moisture are also bad for your health, outside of the fact that mushrooms are growing next to where you're sleeping. That being said, I do understand sometimes it's hard to avoid things like this happening, especially if you live in a very wet environment. For example, I used to live on the Olympic Peninsula, and this was pretty commonplace. But still, if you find something like this, make sure that the ventilation in your house is good, and you probably want to hire somebody to check for water damage.
There's this thing called Operation Often, and it was hidden from the majority of government until 1975 to 77. The FBI director basically destroyed all evidence of MKUltra. So in December of 2024, they just released 1,200 documents, gave more light to this thing called Operation Often. Operation Often was a joint U.S. Army and CIA project launched in the late 1960s. They went full in on hiring Satanists, witches, to study and see if they could weaponize the paranormal. This is not made up. These documents came out saying that they were doing this. There are even reports that this program had files on spiritual possessions, poltergeist activity, and demonic entities.
Bro,
This is the U.S. government saying, like, let's research this and see if we can weaponize it.
They're looking at spirituality as like a science to be like harnessed.
Because they know it's real. People think black magic, witchcraft, all this stuff is baloney. But I'm like, if the government, they've been looking, now they're like, now we're going to conduct a study on it.
This was at the height of the Cold War paranoia. So they're like just trying to figure out anything to weaponize.
Yeah.
So to me, that says that they pretty much said that it's real. If you look at a lot of declassified files, there's a lot of weird stuff, a lot of spiritual stuff that you know is real, but other people or the masses try to like downplay it. But like I said, if the government is saying something about it in the 70s and they released it in like the 2000s, clearly is real. And they make you wonder, was they just being paranoid of the Cold War? And what are they working on now? Like maybe it's some other stuff that we're not even aware of. They might be talking to the interdimensional entities.
This covered of blood. What blood? The blood of this covenant, oh great God. Yes, like Moses of old. There's they're coming one. Oh! Don't ever do it. Don't ever feel sorry for yourself. Don't ever do it!
Do you remember the interview with this pastor of some mega church, I think, where he claimed that he has no ties with demons or devil, whatever?
Like to fly commercial because you don't want to get into a tube with a bunch of demons. Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did. We wrestle not with flesh and blood, but principalities and powers.
His name is Kenneth Copeland, by the way. The best thing I can say is, let's just pray for this kind of people.
If anybody was to ever look like a demon, it definitely is him. He looks just like one. And the fact that he's like in mega churches and controlling them is just crazy and wild to me. He doesn't look like a nice person. I hate to be judging somebody by that looks, but he looks like he's possessed.
This is massive. The future of antibiotics could be changed forever thanks to AI. That's because scientists from MIT have just used artificial intelligence to invent 2 new types of antibiotics, which is something that hasn't been done in decades. And not only that, but they say that it will, quote, spark a second golden age of antibiotic discovery. But why this is so significant is that these 2 new types of antibiotics are reported to have the capacity to fight infections which are resistant to current available medications. And those infections are associated with about 5 million deaths per year. And we're at this point because the same antibiotics have been prescribed for decades, allowing bacteria to become resistant, forming what's known as superbugs. But that's possibly all about to change, because through the use of generative AI algorithms, it says researchers have designed more than 36 million possible compounds and scanned them for antimicrobial properties, which successfully led to the discovery of new antibacterial molecules that are distinct from any other antibiotics currently available on the market. Now, despite how huge that may be, they still have several rounds of refinement and testing will still need to take place. But hopefully this could hit the market within the next few years, and this is considered a significant medical breakthrough.
They're buying that and the person who's resistant to viruses, and they talking about using that person blood and stuff to make a vaccine so everybody could be immune to viruses. And now the antibiotic stuff will be crazy, but you know the pharma will never allow that. But regardless, that's how AI should be used, in my opinion. Not for making some art, which is nothing wrong with that, but it really should be used for medicine and education too, obviously.
Oh, hey again. So you know when you like share stuff online and then you inevitably get comments of people calling you a crazy conspiracy theorist, and it's not possible that the government could do such a thing? And sometimes just in my leisure reading, I like to read U.S. patents, don't you? So if you just go to the deep state machine that we call Google, just look up U.S. patent number 6470214. Oh, what do you know? Directed energy weapon, targeted individual patents from the year 2000. Pulsative manipulation of central nervous system. Published in 2002, method and device for producing a desired brain state via magnetic waves. And this fun one from 2013 has 4 different assignees. Controls brain state by placing engineered EMF patterns into the AC wiring of a building. And from 2014, induced desired brain state in person by adding waves into a music file. And from the year 2000, induces desired emotional state through an EMF, sleeplessness, sexual arousal. 2015 monitors vital signs of subject via remote application of radar waves, handheld. And then here's one from 2002. Remotely transmit intelligible subjective sound into targeted consciousness. Voice to skull. Oh, and who's the original assignee? The United States Air Force. And so, would the U.S. deep state government use such patents?
If there's a patent for it, in my opinion, that means they either tested it or believe that it's possible. They're trying to make sure they can get that, make sure they got the right stuff before anyone else do. So take what he just said as he said it. Pretty much. That stuff is possible. Who knows what else they could be doing nowadays.
So in Alabama, we saw a person in the sky. In Michigan, we saw a pyramid. What is this in China? Okay, y'all. So they told us that the beings, the alien, the extraterrestrials were coming in a few weeks, and they might be early, y'all. And China is its first stop, because what is this in the skies of China, y'all? Look at this. And then y'all see this? Hold on. What is this? I saw this thing look like it was running on the clouds. Look at that, y'all. Look. What is this? It's running on the clouds. Right? Look at this. What is that, y'all? And then it looks like it jumps out and flies. What? And then it pulls back. What is that? But this, y'all, what is going on? Do y'all see this? Hold on. So as I was playing with the video, zooming in and out, I also saw this entity on this thing. What, first of all, what is this, y'all? This thing is glowing up in the sky like a chariot. Is that a mothership? Is that it looks like some type of golden mothership, right? They've been talking about the golden age. I don't know if it's the light that's obfuscating off of it, but it looks like some type of golden mothership. So yes, can somebody tell us what is going on in China? And y'all see the clouds, right? It's literally in the clouds. Y'all see that? Look how dense these clouds are. But the light is reflecting perfectly off of this. And then what is this? What is this thing running on the clouds? The shift is here, y'all. Let me know down in the comments below, y'all. Let's continue to get it. What do you think this is, y'all? Like, follow, share for more videos like this. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
It's an attack squirrel.
Get another fish. What?
Ow, you little fuck!
I don't think I want him to do that, though.
Sandy, I'm gonna give you this, but answer a question.
I want a painting.
No, he'll get you.
This girl!
Me and the devil walking side by side.
When I was a kid, I used to go to my grandparents' house, and we used to feed squirrels. I never once gave it to the squirrel. I would throw it on the ground. They're crazy if you're getting that close to an animal that have huge teeth like they do. No thanks.
And I have a good luck charm. I have like a little bag with all my teeth in it. I know that sounds really stupid, but I do.
Wait. You have a bag of your teeth?
My teeth. And I brought it with me. I actually have it, because I live in New York, and when I came to Los Angeles, I don't go anywhere without my teeth.
Without your...
Yeah. Do you want to see my teeth?
Oh, come on, you know.
See, this is a little bag. And then I grab onto it when it's like, oh, I grabbed the hand from the person sitting next to me. Sure.
This a cute little bag to hold some old, nasty, rotten teeth in, don't you think? How old are these teeth?
Oh, I have baby teeth. They're kind of black because I ate a lot of sweets. And I didn't like brushing my teeth when I was little.
Don't
I show you some of my teeth.
Cause you said, oh Lord have mercy.
See that? This one is a big one. That's a wisdom.
I'm not touching it.
Let me see. See, this is like
You're serious? You saved all your...
That's like a little one.
Yeah, that's a little baby tooth.
That's a little baby tooth. Baby tooth, big tooth. That's like... I know. I have like lots more in there.
Yeah, that will really help. When you crash, they can identify your dental records really easy. Now the you know what's interesting is the baby teeth is really cute, but the big one with the fangs hanging down, that was kind of scary right there.
Who carries teeth around? I must be using some type of spell or something. I have no idea, but that is extremely weird. I guess it's a good conversation starter, but people gonna be looking at you really odd.
All right, it's raining, Thor. Come on.
Oh my God.
Do it.
Don't.
Come on. Prove it.
Not work.
Prove it.
What the? Is freaking creepy. 8:41. Somebody knocks on the door, and then hold on. Check out their outfits. They're wearing two different dresses from what they were wearing.
Yo, I just heard something fall from the fucking tree. What is this? Bro, what the fuck? What the fuck? Whoa. What?
That absolutely scared me. I thought it was just a drop off until I realized it wasn't. But how in the optical illusion did that work out?
Just walking down the trail, me, Gavin, and Greg. Say what's up, Gavin.
Hey, how you doing?
Here's Greg. What's up, Greg?
All bark and no bite.
He's the quiet type. We can't get him to talk. Ah, we know you, Greg. We know you. We know you.
Ma'am, do you need help? Do you need an umbrella? Are you okay?
Oh my God, she has lipstick.
Your makeup's running.
She has makeup. Hi. Oh my God, Tiana, go. Go. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Tiana. It's okay, honey. Tiana. Tiana. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, it would start pouring rain on our walk. My sister.
This is your news broadcast for the weather. It's lightning.
I liked them. They did.
Oh shit! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Mother Nature is so beautiful yet so scary and dangerous at the same time. Maybe that's my own decision. I haven't read it. I really need to. Seems extremely interesting. I like mythology, so it probably would be an interesting read. But I always thought it was weird that a lot of mythologies kind of come from the same thing of like a god messing with humans, creating like a demigod and all these other weird things, and humans eventually rebelling against the god, or the gods fighting each other and so on. That stuff has to come from somewhere.
McDonald's hamburgers? And some French fries? Don't they look delicious? And some triple thick McDonald's shakes? Oh. Oh. Well, they can always make good use of that. Ah, here they are. Triple thick McDonald's shakes. Why, they're empty. Hey, you sure can get a lot in these bags, can't you?
Order in the court! Your Honor, the accused hamburglar was caught red-handed, sneaking off with a big bag full of McDonald's delicious cheeseburgers. That's serious.
My nephew was in that bag. My nephew was in that bag.
Why? Isn't that McDonald's hamburger delicious?
Mom told me never to talk to strangers.
Well, your brother's right as always, but I'm Ronald McDonald. Give me a McDonald's shake.
Well, you sound like Ronald.
Here, I'll prove it. 3 more hamburgers. I know, you're not supposed to accept gifts from strangers either.
But you're no stranger. You really are Ronald McDonald.
McDonald, the hamburger happy clown. A McDonald's drive-in restaurant is his favorite place in town.
What the hell is going on this planet? So according to NASA, the aliens that's supposed to be coming here in November have a strong resemblance to us. The aggressive aliens that's on their way to Earth that's supposed to get here in November resemble African American people. And they're saying they're around 7 feet tall. And if that's the case, we already know why they're aggressive. We already know what they're coming back here for. Earlier this summer, the Pentagon said that the Anunnaki will be back here in the next 2 years. And now NASA, of course, again, NASA is saying that the aliens that are coming here this November look like African Americans. You do the math. The truth of the matter is, the truth has been hidden for way too long about what this planet is, where this planet came from, who we are as a people. And apparently, those interstellar beings that's coming here are coming here for a reason. And apparently, someone's spoken to them. Someone is keeping contact with them. Someone knows their true purpose. Because you can't randomly just say that they're aggressive and they're coming here aggressively if you haven't spoken to them, or if they're not here already. Welcome to 2025. I want to see what's next. I'm out.
Most people could care less about some aliens coming here personally. They too busy worried about surviving out in the world. And if you ask most people, especially younger people, I think it would be pretty crazy if aliens did come here and announce themselves, but people are so distracted, would they even notice? Well, I guess we'll find out in November. I don't think this is true. And who trusted NASA all of a sudden? And when did the Pentagon say something about that? If so, please let me know in the comments, because I've never heard anything about it.
Guys, we seriously need to talk about what's happening in the UK right now. Because if this gets worse, I will be leaving this country. You see, today I woke up to a notification that one of my videos had been restricted because it violates local law. And let me really emphasize this. TikTok themselves don't have a problem with this video. In fact, it can still be watched by everyone else outside of the UK. Bro, and And when your local law is more strict than the infamously sensitive TikTok guidelines, you know that something is cooked. Now, it was removed under the UK's new Online Safety Act, which I'm sure you guys have heard of by now. It's supposed to protect children from harmful content online, but we're less than 2 weeks in and it's already taking down literal news reports. The news and flow of information has to be a protected space in every country, and by taking down my videos so that under 18s don't see them, that means everyone in the country over the age of 18 don't see it either. And again, I'll reiterate, this video wasn't even sensitive enough for TikTok to have a problem with this. This has to be called out now and as early as possible, because it starts with one video on TikTok, but before you know it, people in this country will have to be using VPNs to keep up to date with the news. Just let that sink in. And I'm 100% serious when I said, if this gets worse, I'm out.
Can't say I blame you. If I was in a situation like that and he obviously make money off posting the current news, I would be gone so fast. It's just weird because it's like it all happened in like less than like 2 weeks. I think the people in UK, y'all need to go outside and protest because that is crazy. And now the rest of the world going to follow the UK. I already know people in the United States is not going to be having that. Maybe some states might allow it, but a lot of other states, especially red states, is not going to be allowing that to that level that is that restricted, because TikTok is extremely strict when it comes to certain news and stuff. I've noticed some stuff do get past the filter, which I come across, which is weird, but for the most part, it's fine. To me, it's just, I don't think the government care about kids when it comes to them being safe online. If they did, they would have did that back when I was a kid. When the internet was like the Wild Wild West, they would have did that when I was a kid. But when I was like a teenager and stuff, when the internet was starting to become like a thing, like 2008, 2009, they didn't do nothing about it back then. So now all of a sudden, I feel like the government felt like, oh, well, let's just say we care about kids. That's in the work. And then they can just pry into people's business, which they're already doing anyway, but they'll say it's for national security.
So I found this little basement. It's weird. Oh my god!
انت مين؟ بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Yo, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
Mom? What you doing? It's time to play. Mom? It's time to play. Mom? Mom?
The people. I actually got a story I would like to tell you guys. When they showed the house and it showed the shadow going across the window, I actually had something like that happen to me, and I actually forgot about it until I saw that. So when I was in my 20s and I had a friend, he used to live next to this really old, huge house. And he used to always talk about how the energy of that house to him felt weird. And I agree, but we would take shortcuts in that house yard to go to like the store. And I remember one time when I was walking back through that neighborhood, through that yard, and I know like if the house got weird energy, why you keep walking through the yard, because it was such a huge shortcut. Walking through the yard, and I didn't know nobody lived in there. I didn't think people lived in there. And I remember one time when I was walking by, you could see somebody going past the window. We was walking by the first floor. Man, that terrified me for years. It was just so creepy. I feel like the person looked at us too, but I can't recall exactly what happened. I just remember seeing that silhouette of a human go by. It was very terrifying.
In Hollywood believe that Sabrina Carpenter is this deity.
Whoa!
Yeah. She's a pop star, ex-Disney childhood star. Her aunt is Nancy Cartwright, the voice of Bart Simpson. She's super famous for being a Scientologist. But the more and more I look into it, the stranger and stranger it gets. I find a photo of her wearing a shirt, and the shirt says, "Awake, arise, or be forever fallen." This phrase is the first quote that Lucifer says in Paradise Lost. Her first ever album is titled Eyes Wide Open. Okay, that's obviously reverential to Eyes Wide Shut.
Yes.
It's like a super direct parallel. Now, Feather, at the beginning of the video, has the title, and the font is the same exact font from Rosemary's Baby. Well, at the very end of Eyes Wide Shut, the daughter of Tom Cruise's character, she walks over to this bassinet, and she looks at it, and she says,
I could put Sabrina in here.
Mind you, the bassinet is the movie poster for Rosemary's Baby.
Wow.
Welcome to Tinfoil Hat. We go deep, homeboy. Eric, open your mic.
What's up with a bunch of Disney stars when they're kids, and then when they leave Disney, they become like hyper sexualized? And if you look at some of the interviews, they'll try to say because they don't want to be treated as or seen as a kid anymore, they want to branch out of that. But then they go so extreme. It's just so odd. Miley Cyrus is the perfect example of that. It's so bizarre, almost like Disney hooks up something like this and they want to ban like that when they leave. You know, it used to be a skit saying that Disney made those kids and trained them to be stars. Obviously, trained them to be stars. I mean, there's a bunch of singing and stuff on the Disney Channel. But I always thought that was very bizarre that as soon as they leave Disney Channel, they got a whole bunch of mental issues. And if somehow they don't, which I think most of them do, they just how they do like making their music or whatever they're in, movies hypersexualized, something I've noticed.
There's a theory that the Hoover Dam is secretly a demonic throne and that the government put angels there to cover it up. You go to the Hoover Dam, you're gonna see something really odd. There's a spot that has two giant winged statues made out of bronze. They look like angels, right? They are technically called the winged figures of the Republic, but this is the weird part. No one officially says what they are. They're not angels, they're not demons, they're figures. And that's not random. There's actually a floor underneath them that is a cosmic map. It shows the exact alignment of the stars the day that the dam was completed. Like they wanted like aliens or gods to find this later. You'd think it's just some like artsy little design, right? But the guy who made that design said that this is specifically supposed to last for thousands of years. Like that design was supposed to outlive our civilization. And this is where it gets a little darker. People also call this place the throne of the devil. But why would a dam need a cosmic star map and then two 20, 30-foot bronze guardians? And then all of these like occult looking type symbols. Well, get this. So over 100 workers died while building the dam. And some people do believe that their bodies were sealed into the concrete and that they were considered to be sacrifices to bless the sculpture. And then on top of all of this, the location of these statues don't really make any sense. Like, why would they have these big designs at a power plant? And if you're religious, you also have to remember Satan was originally an angel. Another crazy thing to note is that the Hoover Dam has been featured in dozens of end-of-the-world movies, disaster scenes, and games. It has always been the center of destruction and secret technology. And then it's like, is that a coincidence, or is it programming for us to see it as the key to something? Even the name Hoover comes from a president who was involved in major U.S. power shifts, literal power and electricity. And this makes you wonder if the government is trying to hide in plain sight. Massive monuments with spiritual symbolism built into them. Government approved, celebrated, protected, and most of us never even question it. So when you pass by and you take a little selfie, you don't even realize you're standing on what some call a throne. But the question remains, a throne for who exactly? Let me know your thoughts in the comments and follow for more.
I've been to the Hoover Dam, and I remember seeing it, and I'm not gonna lie, I never once thought too much about it. I just was like, it's a little weird. And that was it. I was just too like excited to see how big the dam was, to be real. That's crazy. I wish I could I need to go back there and actually check it out. That would be crazy to see it again now that she said what she said about the video. Like I said, I never once really thought much about it. I was just out with friends, and it wasn't a long time ago. It was like 10 years ago. So
Matt Rife's been keeping a secret from all of you, not from me, because I watched their every step. I've been noticing your moves, dude. How long you been to occultism? Demonology? You freaks. Other than being just another puppet, I'm sorry, jester in Hollywood. What you been up to, Matt?
I have just bought the Ed and Lorraine Warren's Home and Occult Museum with my very good friend.
That's wild, Matt, because with the company you keep, we would have had no idea you were into such things. What were they known for?
Ed and Lorraine Warren are who took demonology and ghost hunting and paranormal investigation and made it mainstream.
I have no idea where you would learn such things, maybe from the family biz. Oh, hey, Seth Green. Isaac Happy had a lot to say about you. Anyways, we should have known something was up when the dude went from this to this. What the heck? I literally feel like I'm in the movie Uglies. You know, when they went from normal people like us to the perfect ones. I literally find it spot on. But anyways, no one thought it was a bit suspicious that he decided to channel Billy Idol. And at the exact moment Matt Rife was channeling Billy Idol was wearing Basquiat. And if you don't know who Basquiat is, well, you often find him being repped by Jay-Z or Ellen DeGeneres. He had some very interesting artwork, but what did he know how to do? A rumor has it Basquiat was a medium. He was a magician. He was a scion of Haiti and learned voodoo from his mother. And allegedly, Basquiat knew how to channel immortal beings like Urzuli Dantor into the mortal realm because he knew the relationship between possession and the dance floor. In December of 2024, he got baptized and stated that even though he hates church, he wanted to believe in God. And am I the only one who's noticing that they're mixing occultism with Christianity and making it mainstream now? Something doesn't feel right about this dude anymore.
Y'all look at this shit. I'm gonna hit play in a quick few seconds. Look at Reese Witherspoon on Saturday Night Live, Mother's Day, 2015, I believe. Okay, I'm about to hit play on this monologue. She's doing the monologue. Look at her comes out dressed like a fairy or a witch. That this is witch attire. So you have to get it out your mind what witch attire is. This is witch attire. Fairy or witch or whatever. Now, let's look at the hand signs she does during the monologue. You're paying attention to her face and listening to her words. And she's doing this right up under your nose, literally.
It's great to be here hosting Saturday Night Live.
Look at that.
Especially.
Oh, let's take it back.
It's great to be here hosting Saturday.
Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks like a hexagon. Now, I don't know what these hand signals mean, right? So don't let me get to telling you that I know. I don't know what they mean. But that right there, you can see the hexagon, right? And then what is on the top of Saturn? So they say. The hexagonal shape, the cube, right? The hexagon turns into a cube in 3D, right? Anyway, let's keep going. Once again, I don't know what these hand signals mean, but is she casting some sort of spell or some communication right under your nose while you're focused on her face? Let's take a look at this.
Live, especially since it's the Mother's Day show. Mothers are the best, and now that I'm a mother myself, I finally understand what my mom went through with me. I was a full-on nightmare from the ages of 5 through 37, and that's why tonight we have a very special treat for y'all. Our real mothers are here, and we are going to bring them out and apologize for real, terrible...
Now, look at the hand signal she posts for when she's about to say, we're about to apologize for real terrible things that we've done to them. right? We've all seen this hand signal. She's done it twice now already. This is the second time. But she said, right when she does this, we're about to apologize for real terrible things that we've done to them. Anyway, keep going.
Things we did to them. So let's bring them out already. Are you ready? Okay, first up is
one more again, and then I'm out of here.
From the ages of 5.
Look at this mole in your face.
And now that I'm a mother myself, I finally understand what my mom went through with me. I was a full-on nightmare from the ages of 5 through 37. And that's why tonight we have a very special treat for y'all. Our real mothers
When she opened up her palms,
and we are going to bring them out
like she was casting something out.
Real terrible things we did to them. So let's bring them out already. Are you ready? Okay, first up is Cecily and her mom.
Lord Byron, quit letting them play in your
I'm sorry for
face.
you angry notes on the
Michael Jackson's son had a party. Now people are saying Michael Jackson was actually there in disguise, bro. No, look at this. But it's so obvious. This shit is obvious. Michael Jackson, he was known for being allergic to the sun because of his skin.
Okay, so he's like,
so he was always wearing like long sleeves or stuff to cover himself.
Yeah.
So you can see here. See, he has an umbrella, always wearing sunglasses, always covering his skin. Now his son and I think his manager, they had a big like yacht party.
Okay.
Now there's somebody on the boat that looks very suspicious.
Oh,
because it's the only person that's wearing full covered, and look at his face and look at the choice of attire.
Bro,
so people are saying this is Michael Jackson after another plastic surgery to change his identity.
Oh, hell no.
And he's hiding, and he's still chilling with his son in public.
That's not just like the boat owner?
Nah, fam.
No
That's what
way.
the theory is, at least. That's what the theory is.
Yeah, I'm sure some people wish that he still was alive. I'm one of them. But yeah, that would be pretty crazy if he was disguised at a party like that with his son.
Ready, everyone? Here we go. Let's go.
Petley drops the missile-shaped device overboard and lets it fall to the bottom.
So it's going to be going down this fast for a while.
Here the lake is more than 1/4 of a mile deep. The camera records the whole way down, the image getting darker blue as the sunlight disappears. It is so deep, it takes more than 4 minutes to travel to the bottom. What we see when the camera gets to the end of the line may not look all that impressive, the muddy bed of Lake Tahoe, but it's still an achievement. This is one of the deepest points of the lake ever seen by humans. Other submersibles and scuba divers have brought back underwater video and pictures from shallower points. Before the second drop of the day, Petley's crew added a glow stick and a can of sardines, hoping it might attract whatever lurks in Tahoe's deep waters. It drops in and the reel spins for several more minutes as it plunges to the bottom. Again, more mud. But here we notice something swim by the lens. Petley's camera caught this.
We don't know exactly what it is. I definitely think there's species or life at the bottom of Tahoe that we don't know about.
So the Pentagon actually confirmed for once the video of the pyramid-shaped UFOs caught off the Navy vessel. So you're gonna see, I'm gonna show you the video on here, but it's basically, it's in the night vision, and they released it and it was all over, and I was kind of like, okay, you know, we have a lot of videos, we do, because there was footage from a year ago and then 2 years ago also from a Navy vessel, and that just kind of got buried. But the Pentagon has consistently been going on and on about there's no evidence whatsoever of any of this stuff. We see nothing. There's nothing going on. Everybody shush. So I don't show very many videos, UAP videos. They're all over the place. There have been some really good ones coming up lately, so I am going to put those up because they're pretty intriguing. But this one I found, and I just feel like this is a step in the right direction. The fact that they actually confirmed that this is a real video that they captured. Plus it looks pretty.
That's terrifying. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of this video game called Destiny 2. I don't know if you ever played it before, but it's literally points on like the different planets that have black pyramids, and when you go on them, the character hear like voices and stuff in their head, and it's not good. it would be really weird if we could see different spectrums of the light spectrum, and then come to find out you look and you see the upside pyramid like just in the sky, but we don't see it with our normal human eyes. That would be terrifying.
So you guys are aware that it is outwardly admitted that McDonald's meat contains human DNA, right? So what if they were doing the same thing to the dogs? Do you guys remember this commercial over here? Check this out.
Bacon! Bacon! Where's the bacon? I smell bacon! 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 Gotta be bacon! Only one thing smells like bacon! That's bacon! 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 There! From that bag! What's it say? I can't read! Please! Please! Get as much in the bag! Chewy, yummy, smoky bacon!
There you go.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! No! 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 It's bacon!
No, it's Bacon Strips, brand dog snack from Purina. Bacon Strips. Dogs don't know it's not bacon.
Did y'all hear her? She said, no, it's not bacon, it's bacon. Dogs don't know it's not bacon. Now,
good thing I don't eat bacon. And definitely, if I did, I would be eating the pre-cooked stuff. But I don't know. I feel like he's kind of reaching. And I don't know if that video, sadly, in this world, it's a lot of AI on TikTok. So I would love to find the link. And after this channel, I might actually try to go find it to see if I can find a link, to that documentary, because I'm curious, because I don't know, I got a feeling that ain't from no documentary, that's from AI, but I could be wrong. Do you think bacon comes from dog meat? Let me know in the comments below.
I saw dolphins in the back of me, so I'm trying to look through my photos, right, and I see that I know that's a dolphin because I saw them behind me. There's me, and then I look over to the side because I'm trying to see the dolphin, and I'm like, what in the hell is that? Like, seriously, what in the hell? The hell is in the water next to me as I know there's a dolphin right there. Dolphin? Mermaid? What the?
I'm looking for parts. She basically explained it wasn't no other surfers or people behind her. It was just the dolphins because she swam out enough to get a photo with them. So she knows for a fact that was something else and not a human or a dolphin. What do you think?
I think maybe the Marine Kingdom was keeping an eye on her, like she was pretty deep out there. In all seriousness, though, I think that yeah, it could be something weird going on. They're like kind of like a person face, don't it? What do you think?
Well, it seems like mermaids, sirens, and underwater civilizations are continuing to be a very hot topic, especially since the underwater earthquake happened. Now, the video that I want to show you today is coming out of Chile. Now, I'm going to let you know what this looks like. It does look like a group of mermaids or sirens or some kind of underwater alien advanced civilization. Now, the video is captured in Chile. I didn't film the video, but I'm going to show you because I want you guys to see. Now, a lot of the original comments on the original video, people say it's a school of whales, or it could be orca, which are whales, and a bunch of different other sea creatures. But once you see this video, not gonna lie, it does look like humanoid creatures coming up and down out of the water. But take a look at this video and let me know what you think. Now, a lot of people are theorizing that the underwater earthquake that went off last week is the reason all of these creatures and mermaids and sirens and aliens are coming to the surface. But what do you think? Do you think they're any of those? Do you think they're mermaids? Do you think they're whales? Let's have this conversation today.
I'd love to know the history of the first person that saw a mermaid, because you just don't just make stuff up. You know what I mean? Like everything that has some type of mythology or legend to it comes with some type of truth. So somewhere somebody on a boat saw what they thought was a human, or they was 100% convinced that they saw a mermaid in the water, or a siren or something. I do think there's a possibility that exists. I mean, the ocean is so huge. There's still things that we don't know about. And let's be real for a second. If you was from Marine Kingdom or you was a mermaid or something and your life was just pretty much perfect, would you even come up here and communicate with us? I mean, most humans, or what they're going to know about humans, is that we are causing most of the pain on the planet with nukes and things like that. So I wouldn't want to talk to humans or, land dwellers, whatever you want to call them at all, personally, if I was, a mermaid or something.
In the middle of a concert and they didn't even know it. Nobody understood why there was an upside-down cross placed in the center of the stage. The rapper was even using voices that sounded strangely demonic. That day, several women actually left the concert because they felt like something wasn't right.
I don't know if y'all hear that. That mess behind me that I'm leaving. Something is not right with that. Jesus, in Jesus' name. I'm walking up and down through this whole live concert, praying, clutching my pearls because that sounds like some mess.
Something is clearly off in America right now. Has the music industry in the US gone completely insane, or worse, gone dark? At a The Weeknd concert, the forbidden word even appeared quietly on a giant screen. According to some videos, fans looked like they were possessed afterward. During another show by one of today's newer artists, there was clear evidence that fans were no longer acting normally, but were they really possessed by the music, or was something else behind it? Several people claimed that frightening, unfamiliar voices were coming out of the artist's mouth. That's not normal to do in the middle of a live show. This kind of thing has been happening more and more in recent years, and it's getting serious. Be careful if you're planning to go to one of these concerts anytime soon.
Oh, it's just art, right? And come on, man. Like, it doesn't get more obvious than that. Did you just see that? That clearly has some hidden meaning with it. I mean, you gather thousands of people, collect their energy for a ritual, because that's what it looked like to me.
It's almost impossible for this man to die. Cool, so right here we have Ismail Azizi from Tanzania, and he has been medically declared dead 6 times. Let's just quickly run through them all. So the first time he was declared dead by doctors when he was involved in a work accident. He was taken to hospital in a really bad state and he was declared dead. But then somehow after, to some miracle, he regained consciousness in the morgue. Next he got malaria and he made it to his own coffin at this point, and he woke up at his own funeral. Round number 3, he got into a car crash, ended up colliding with a fuel tanker and got put into a coma. But guess what happened? He only went and woke up after being declared medically dead. Round number 4 is a bit different because he ended up getting bitten by a venomous snake, and I think you know the rest of the story. But he spent 3 days in the morgue until his family had to go and collect him just to get him ready for his funeral. And to everyone's surprise, he ended up waking up at the morgue. Round number 5, he ended up falling into a toilet pit, and I think you know the rest of the story. But round number 6 is a bit crazy. By this time, everyone in his community thought that he was some sort of witch. Rightly so. I probably would have thought he was a witch during the first time. So what did they do? They all came together and they burnt down his house with him inside. Obviously, there's no surviving that, right? You're right, he ended up dying until he somehow came back to life again. Now Ismail has to live isolated by himself away from everyone else because nobody wants to live near him. To add the cherry on top of the cake, he also can't get a job because people are too scared to hire him. Ismail, if you're watching this, shout me. Let's talk.
What is he, a Highlander or something? Because that's the vibes I get. You go through all these crazy scenarios you get, and somehow you still just come back to life. Like he got like a respawn in a video game or something. That is very bizarre.
Oh my God. You got
sit down. Don't move. Has he got anything on him? Just be careful, be careful. Sit down. Okay. Alright? Mate, has he got a phone on him? I don't know. Is that his phone? It's not mine.
Anyone's phone? Not mine.
That's my phone, my phone.
Where's he sitting?
Is that your phone? Yeah, my phone. Have you got anything on you? Have you got anything on you? No. Why are you doing that? I am doing that. Check his pockets. How long have you been
landing shortly, so if you ask all passengers to return to their seats, fasten your seatbelts, put the window blinds armrest down, and tray tables.
Where are you sitting? Where's your seat?
Crazy thing is that's not even the United States. I'm pretty sure that's like the UK or something going by the accents. Regardless, that's one of the scariest things to hear on a plane in my opinion.
What the hell? It's that hot here? Oh, wow.
看到感觉是干完了，我的乖呀，感觉。
Want to know how hot it is in Australia? This hasn't been switched on. It's just been baking in the Aussie sun. Just goes to show.
Just to show you how crazy the temperatures are getting this year.
This man invented a piece of glass that enables you to see different things that you cannot see with the naked eye. As you can see in the video, he was able to spot unidentified flying objects in the sky when he sees through the glass. However, when he removes the glass, those unidentified flying objects seem to vanish, they disappear. Somehow this glass provides us insights, a different angle as to what's out there. And really what this means is that UFOs, what we think are UFOs, are always out there. We just don't see them, but they see us. This person was unalived, perhaps by the government, foreign government. Maybe it was non-humans themselves. I don't know, but he had a great invention, and now we don't know who holds the formula for it. Good night.
Could you imagine having something like that and then you put it in front of your eye and it's just like a alien just staring at you from like 5 feet, just like this? You imagine how crazy that would be? I mean, we only can see like 1% of the things on the spectrum, so it could be something around us right now. Maybe that's why sometimes when you're trying to sleep, you feel that little off feeling like something watching you, because maybe something is.
See, this is why they always want people to stay away from the Appalachian Mountains, because there's always some supernatural, scary shit going on there. So a couple that lives in the Appalachian Mountains put out a video where they showed a tree basically disappear in thin air. Basically, in that video, they're saying that that tree got up and walked away. Matter of fact, look at this shit. This shit is crazy right here.
Same angle.
Tell me what y'all think. Look at this shit. Now pay attention.
Nope.
No tree there.
No. The tree's sure not there.
All right, now look.
The tree's interesting.
Look at the tree. Where is the tree?
It's sure not there.
Yeah, I know it's not there. A lot of people probably won't even understand what just happened. But jump in that search bar and you'll be able to go to their page and see they made numerous videos. That tree that was there, it's not there anymore. And to top it off, when they went in their house, it was a branch in their house. How did that get there? Jump down the rabbit hole of the claims of things that's going on in the Appalachian Mountains. A whole lot of scary sightings. A whole lot of things happening. A whole lot of people missing. And then tell me if you think that tree vanished by itself. Let me know.
Some of y'all have seen this video circulating. Do y'all see what's happening here? Like, do y'all understand what's going on in this situation? Astaghfirullah. What did I just watch? For anyone who doesn't know what's going on, this woman is performing juju or black magic, like a ritual of sorts. In this video, you see that the photographer came and interrupted the thing immediately because he knew exactly what was going on. This is bold though, like of a juju doctor to go in to a wedding and just be out there like publicly doing this. While we're breaking down the situation, like, can we address the elephant in the room? Like, how is the husband, like tall as hell, How as he is towering over his wife, how is it that he don't see this witch, right? This juju doctor waving her hands with this napkin or this handkerchief over his wife over and over. How he don't see it? Ain't no way. My guy, either you involved or you legally blind. One or the other. The lima judges is looking more like the first one than the second one. And I don't know, right? Maybe the juju got the husband and it was the juju that blinded the husband so he didn't see what was going on. And this juju doctor was invisible to him. We don't know.
Regardless of what the reason is, I'm glad the photographer came and interrupted that, because that lady is crazy bold to be sitting up there doing that in front of probably like hundreds of people that's usually at a wedding. So regardless, hopefully they kicked her out.
Just so we're all on the same page, there's currently a spike in brain-eating and flesh-eating amoebas in the United States right now, and literally nobody's talking about it. All of the information that I'm sharing is directly from the CDC website, so if you want to fact-check me, go ahead. Naegleria fowleri is a brain-eating amoeba/organism, and it enters through your nasal cavity and basically just eats all the tissue of your brain. Just a few days ago, a child died. A few important things to note is that this amoeba is very rare, but it does have a 97% fatality rate. 2024 had the highest amount of cases in decades, and 2025 is looking like it's going to beat that. Now, what really freaks me out is that the CDC is reporting it is now in tap water, and people are dying from flushing their sinuses. This is not something that you can get by drinking the water, but if your nose goes under the water or if the water gets in your nasal cavity in any way, you could be infected. So people who are literally just flushing their sinuses at home are dying from this amoeba. This is something that used to be found just in freshwater rivers, lakes, reservoirs, things like that. Now that it's being found in tap water and pools and things like that is game changer and so much scarier. So please, if you are going to go swimming anywhere, do not put your head under the water. If you're going to flush your sinuses, please do it with sterilized boiled water. The flesh-eating bacteria are mega on the rise right now, all over the East Coast specifically. They are not as fatal, but they will still mess you up. But please do not go swimming in rivers or lakes or bays, or honestly even the beach. I wouldn't risk it anywhere if you have any sort of cut or injury or freshly shaven legs, because that is how you will catch a flesh-eating bacteria. While all of this is very shocking and jarring and scary, it is 2025, and I am not surprised by this.
God told me twice I don't get in that type of water anyway. The only water I'm getting is in my tub. But yeah, when it comes to the sinuses, I've done it before. You're supposed to, it even tell you in the directions for the sinus rinse to boil the water first for this exact reason.
Did you know that there was a restaurant called Obama Pizza? And I mean an actual restaurant. I feel like the word pizza already has a negative connotation around it, and then you stick Obama's name in front of it, doesn't make it any better. Then they literally have an Illuminati symbol right on the logo. On the inside, it looks like a pretty normal restaurant besides the checkerboard symbolism everywhere, and I mean everywhere. The question I still have is, why Obama and why pizza? Do the Russians know something that we don't? I'm gonna show y'all basically what the restaurant is, and y'all let me know what y'all think down below.
Scott Thurman was on assignment for us in Kaliningrad, Russia, when he came across a strange place to grab a slice.
Late at night in a foreign land and fending off hunger pangs, a pizza pie can seem like a godsend. And here in Kaliningrad, Russia, a spot rarely visited by any Westerners, we stumbled upon a story while scouring for food. This is Obama Pizza. Why Obama Pizza in Kaliningrad?
This word sounds funny, let's say, and it was very popular in 2013 when they opened this cafe and they decided to use this word.
It may seem odd, the Russian storefronts with Cyrillic signs broken up by the name of an American president. And let's be honest, it is. After all, a picture of Vladimir Putin hangs proudly on the wall here. And locals tell us there's a running joke these days in Russia. If anything is wrong, just blame Obama. Though nothing wrong with this food. So will the signs soon be replaced now that he has two? So now that there's President Trump, will you change the name?
No plans.
Do you like Donald Trump?
As our president Putin told that he's a bright personality. We'll see, we have no idea about him.
So remember that conspiracy theory where it was saying if you have organ donor on your card and you get into an accident, hospitals will either let you die or actually actively try to kill you to get your organs? Well, it's no longer a conspiracy theory. It has just been confirmed by a new article in the New York Times, and it says a push for more organ transplants is putting donors at risk. People across the United States have endured rushed or premature attempts to remove their organs. Some were gasping, crying, or showing other signs of life. I'm a little speechless because this is real. This is a real thing that's happened. They have so many different examples of this within this article. I read it for free because somebody posted a gifted version on Twitter. So go there to find this article if you want to read the whole thing. It's really disturbing, and this is insane. I'm going to share this story first. In 2022, when she was 38 and homeless, Miss Gallegos, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, was hospitalized and went into a coma. Doctors at Presbyterian Hospital in Albuquerque told her family she would never recover. Her relatives agreed to donation, but as preparations began, they saw tears in her eyes. Their concerns were dismissed, according to interviews with the family and 8 hospital workers. Donation coordinators said the tears were a reflex. On the day of the planned donation, Miss Gallegos was taken to a pre-surgery room where her 2 sisters held her hands. A doctor arrived to withdraw life support. Then a sister announced she had seen her move. The doctor asked her to blink her eyes and she complied. The room erupted in gasps. Still, hospital workers said the procurement organization wanted to move forward. The coordinator said it was just reflexes and suggested morphine to reduce movements. The hospital refused. Instead, workers brought her back to her room and she made a full recovery. And she's still alive today. Thank goodness. And if that doesn't scare you, because clearly this has happened to a lot of people, and of course we're not going to know that because they're not alive anymore. This is like so sickening and so disturbing to me that we would prioritize getting somebody's organ rather than saving somebody's life. Actually, many years ago I removed organ donor from my license. If you're concerned about that, I would recommend doing the same thing. Having that organ donor label really overrides everything. It overrides even your family. Even if your family says like they don't want to do that.
Let's break this down, y'all. So around 6:30 p.m. Shane Devon Tamora, who was 27, from Las Vegas, allegedly drove all the way down from Las Vegas to get to this point. He walked into 345 Park Avenue, which is a high security Manhattan skyscraper. Essentially, this is a NFL headquarters. It houses some of the biggest players financed in the NFL. He was armed with the M4 style assault rifle, y'all. When he first got in that building, the first person he took out was an NYPD officer. Darrell Islam was his name. Before he ultimately was gone, he was working security at the office, y'all. And after that, he reportedly fired on 3 civilians, including Blackstone executive Wesley LePatner. And she was going on site, y'all. Remember this lady. A story will be made. It's a little crazy, y'all. But here's where it get a little wild, y'all. Tamora made it to the 33rd floor, y'all. A floor that, according to insiders, you needed an access key to get there. So if that's true, that means you don't just walk into that level. How did he gain access? Did somebody let him in? Did he have inside knowledge? Or was this planned down to every detail? And why that floor? Now, from reports, they said he was trying to get to the NFL office floor. They said Tamora left a note, which was talking about CTE and brain trauma and his mental health decline. And this is what I don't understand, y'all. They said he was battling mental issues for some years. So how was he granted a license to carry in Nevada? And all in all, again, the 33rd floor is what gets me. Because if you know the meaning behind that, the symbolism, you will know what I'm trying to get at. Y'all, I feel like this wasn't just a shooting. I felt like it was a statement of some sort. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down below in the comments.
Have anybody seen that on the news? I don't really watch the news, but the only place I saw that was TikTok. Regardless, it's a little too calculated. I think maybe that person had knowledge, or when they did those bad things, they checked the person's body and got the security cards. I would imagine it's probably like a security card you probably tap to get onto that floor. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know too much details about that type of stuff. I'm not in the building, obviously.
Have you guys ever heard of the 2-finger lift? I want you to watch this video carefully and let me know if you think this is genuine energy manipulation or something else. What they're trying to do is lift this man, only using 2 fingers on each arm. And they can't do it. They try 2 times. And then what they do, watch carefully, is they stack their hands on top of his head, one by one, like rotating around the room, leaving it there for a couple seconds, and then removing it the same way that they put them on, one by one. And then they try to lift him again, and watch what happens. And I want you to let me know in the comments whether you think this is actual magic or energy manipulation, or are these just clever actors, and is this just a bit of practical magic? You be the judge. Here we go. Second time, and watch this. I'm going to put this in slow-mo as well. Clearly they lifted him up very easily, and now in super slow-mo. Is this a trick, or is this something more to this? What do you guys think? I'd love to have a conversation about this. Let me know.
You guys, we got a massive problem. This smiley face conspiracy is becoming way more relevant. So basically in Austin, Texas, they're finding body after body in Lady Bird Lake. Now, 90% of these bodies are men between the ages of 30 and 42. So if you know anything about the smiley face murders, they always target younger men, usually popular, athletic, or successful students. Now, they also have a calling card, and that is the smiley face. Usually what they'll do is they'll tag the area where the bodies are found. Well, look what just resurfaced at Lady Bird Lake. Smiley faces. Now, this was one of the victims. He was a younger man, 30 years old. This was what they found right next to where they found the body in the lake. This is literally the map of where everyone has gone missing. Okay, so a lot of activity. Now, if you didn't know, Rainy Street is where all the nightlife is in Austin. And it just so happens to be right next to Lady Bird Lake. Now, a lot of people in Austin are not happy about this one because they're terrified there's a serial killer running around. And also the fact that not all the bodies are examined for autopsy. Basically, Texas.
That's pretty suspicious, don't you think? They don't do autopsies for everything. That's a bit weird. But rest in peace to those people who passed away. I guess the best option is just to not be near that river if you're that concerned about a potential bad person going around.
I wish I never saw this video, because what it just proved is that they've been lying to us this whole time. And knowing that 99.9% of you won't be able to stomach it, I have to show you. Now look, everybody knows Beyonce. She's done things in music that no one ever has, where she has constant top 100 Billboard hits. Not to mention that she's been in movies. She's a business owner and honestly has the relationship that everybody wants. Then everything took a turn, because in 2009, everybody forgot that she got into an accident, but not just any accident, a completely fatal one. Then after this happened, they couldn't just get rid of their star player. They had to find a replacement. But here's where it gets crazy, because they had a look-alike contest for Beyonce. And apparently what people are saying is that they selected somebody that looks just like her. I mean, just take a look at this.
We haven't seen the real Beyonce since the days of Destiny's Child. As the outlandish story goes, record executives knew that they had a generational talent on their hands, so they took some of Beyonce's stem cells as an insurance policy. The real Beyonce died in 2000, and the executives used her stem cells to make a clone and keep the gravy train rolling. Yep, Beyonce's entire solo career has been nothing but a farce, the result of manipulative businessmen and futuristic cloning technology.
That's a very interesting theory. If you look at it from the people that are top that are corrupt, I could definitely see them cloning somebody who would still be useful for them when it comes to making money, for sure. Why wouldn't you if you a bad person and you don't got no morals, right?
So the radiation exposure that we experienced was for 4 years. We lived up there. They knew when they did the assessment that our air was contaminated, our soil was contaminated, and our drinking water was contaminated. So the water that my food was cooked in was contaminated. The water that I showered in every day was contaminated. Worse is the fact that my wife had 3 miscarriages. One of the guys that I worked with, his wife had 7. All 4 of my children were born with birth defects or significant health problems. It's not their fault. I'm not saying it's mine, but I brought it home. It was my DNA that was permanently altered from low-dose, long-term ionizing radiation exposure. I am asking that Congress please allow us to get the benefits that every other veteran has earned.
That is devastating what he said about what happened with the kids. I feel that was horrible, especially as me being a father. I couldn't imagine dealing with something like that. But I felt like the people should be held accountable for that, and he should get compensated. No amount of money would, change the situation that him and his family and other families are going through. But the government and other If it has anything to do with private companies, I'm not sure. Need to start being held accountable.
Yeah, y'all, I think this might be the beginning of the end. I'm not even gonna cap. This shit crazy, fool. Zuckerberg and his company just announced that they're building something out of the Sci-Fi Network channel, y'all. And when I say out of the Sci-Fi Network channel, this is what I'm talking about. Do y'all see that shit? This man is building a Hyperion data center. Do y'all see over Manhattan how big that joint gonna be? This is for the AIs, y'all. For the robots. This man and his team is building multiple AI superclusters. It's gonna be so powerful that it's gotta be this big, y'all. That can't be good, right? I know we jumping into the future, but this is past the future. It's not just a data center, y'all. This is a multi-gigawatt AI fortress. Bro, we're talking 5 gigawatts of energy. That's what they use to power nuclear plants. So they're doing this for AI? All I'm saying is y'all be ready, bruh. These robots are finna walk among us real soon. He trying to get this up and running by 2026. That's next year. I'll let me know what y'all think about this down below in the comments.
See, these companies, they don't care. All they care about is this, right? That is going to affect everybody in Manhattan, whether they wanted to or not. The energy that's coming from that, it can, whatever type of energy it may be, it's going to make people sick. People have issues. We already seen things like this with XAI, whatever they had. I saw a documentary about that it was affecting the natives, and they were too poor to move because of the energy. In my opinion, I'm not a huge fan of AI. It is useful when you maybe writing a paper or coming up with ideas, but beyond that, I mean, we all could just stop and just say, we're not going to use it no more. But unfortunately, these people at the top, these CEOs, they want to use it to get rid of working people so they can make more money. But here's the question. When nobody else is making money but them, what are they going to do? Because once people like me, you don't got no money no more, the whole economy is going to collapse. So I don't understand the end game with this. If AI does everything and we don't have jobs, unless you just hand their money out, how's a regular human going to survive? Is this going to be nothing but rich people now and robots? And you really think the rich people going to work on the robots? So to me, I just think the whole thing is highly exaggerated. I don't think they're anywhere near as close to AI. I don't even think AI is real right now, personally. I think it's just a very complex LLM or a chatbot. I'm not convinced that AI exists. Considering I talk to AI pretty frequently, to me, it's so stupid when it comes to so many different things. I don't think it's no artificial intelligence. I think it's just a very complex, and the robots, they're not going to be ready no time soon. They're not taking nobody's jobs no time soon. And like I said, if it do get to the point when they do it, what's their next move? Because nobody's going to have no money. For these people to be so smart, they're so dumb to me. All they're concerned about is just the wealth.
Go shower really fast. I need you to go shower. Daniel? Dad? Who is that? Get out of here! Get out of here!
Should be out and about. The key, bro. Hold on, Max. I gotta get out of here.
Are you good? No one warned you I was coming over, did they? Hey, buddy. It's okay.
Broad daylight in 2003, an anonymous amateur videographer captured a disc-shaped craft hovering 8 meters above ground between the Aviano military base and Valcellina in northern Italy. Against a cloudy sky, the object's reflective surface and subtle ambient lighting appear natural, with no visible flares or digital artifacts. Shot near the historic Ponte del Giulio, a 60-meter Bailey-type iron bridge built in 1875 that links Montereale Valcellina to Maniago, The raw footage was later delivered to ufologist Antonio Chiamiento in an envelope bearing the message, "I am afraid." A team of engineers examined the unedited video and confirmed its authenticity, finding no evidence of digital tampering. Local television and programs such as Studio Aperto then brought the footage to wider attention. An Austrian holidaymaker also reported seeing the same object between 9 and 10 a.m. as they departed a nearby campsite en route to Maniago. The 2003 Valcellina UFO sighting remains unexplained.
To me, it's crazy that we live in an age nowadays where UAPs are so common and people just are so uninterested in it. I guess because they got their own problems. I guess until an alien come down here, walk in Times Square and do something, 99% of the people are not going to care about aliens and UAP.
Hey, look at this. What wouldn't... Okay. What... Okay. That must have been from a play. Okay, now I gotta really check. Is this real? This is the most disturbing thing I've seen in my freaking life. Jeez! Alright, no, I didn't do that. That sounded like it came from down the end of this hallway. Oh, come on. I think I have enough information.
Si llegaste hasta aquí, te invito a que te suscribas a mi canal de YouTube, en el cual, como puedes ver, subo historias y relatos que mis seguidores me comparten en cada transmisión que hago los lunes, miércoles y viernes aquí en TikTok. Así que si a ti te gusta mucho el tema de lo paranormal y las historias escalofriantes, no dudes en suscribirte a mi canal para que escuches y estés al pendiente de las nuevas historias espeluznantes que se vienen, que sin duda alguna son muy interesantes. Espero algún día te animes a compartirme tu historia en alguna transmisión. Sin más que decir, gracias por tu apoyo.
You're okay, you're okay. Stay out of KFC. Alright, you good? They're coming for you. You're okay, man, you're okay.
You still think these storms are natural? Watch this.
There are currently 42 cloud seeding projects across the American West, like this one in Utah, where they take planes like this with flares attached. They fly right into the storm and send microscopic particles into the cloud. Particles that act like magnets for water droplets, bonding together until they are heavy enough to fall to the ground as rain or snow.
Floods in places that just don't flood. Fires where there's nothing burning. Grid failures during clear skies. Think that's a coincidence?
That cloud up there, which was generated by the engine, is just a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. It's water vapor. And in about an hour's time, someone in Mississippi is going to get wet. It's raining! Let's just blame God.
Weather manipulation's been public knowledge for years now. Patents, programs, and even, yes, cloud seeding. When it starts disrupting the grid, your power isn't guaranteed. That's the exact reason why I keep the Blavor 42800 solar-powered power bank on deck at all times. It charges itself in the sun. Charge your phone up to 5 to 6 times. Flashlights, temperature gauge, backpack clip, built-in cables. This thing's even waterproof. So if they're gonna control the sky, at least I'm gonna control my own power. Link's right there. Don't wait until it's too late.
I do believe something's weird going on with the weather. I made a whole video about it. If you're interested, just let me know. I have another channel I'm working on about these subjects. If you have any weird rabbit holes that you think would be interesting that I would talk about, that you're interested in watching, I'm working on another channel. Leave a comment below and let me know, and I'll make a video about it at some point on that channel. As far as the little solar panel thing he's selling, I don't think that's going to last very long if the power go out.
So check this video out, y'all. This guy is away on vacation, right? And at 3 in the morning, he gets a ping from his Ring doorbell, and he sees this thing out of his Ring doorbell, y'all. Check this out. This is in Dallas, Texas.
Picked this up last night. Not jumping to conclusions, but this is weird. Prob the clearest footage I've seen. Slowed for detail. Lucky the car drove by and seemed to scare it off. The roof is 8 feet tall for scale.
Check this out. Watch this. Now this thing, look at this. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Okay, I slowed it down for y'all. Look, look. It blinks. What the hell? Are y'all? Look at that. It blinks. And it looks once again, y'all. Look. And then look how tall it is once it stands up. Y'all see that? It's the fact that it blinks for me, right? And then it looks back, and then once it stand up, that junk is tall. Like, oh man, y'all see that? There's a lot of unexplained things happening on the planet right now, y'all. The veil is thin. I don't even believe we have a veil anymore with everything that's happening on the planet right now. High levels of extraordinary stuff taking place on this planet right now. But what do you guys think about this video, y'all? Wow. Let me know down in the comments below.
Real or not, if I see something like that at my door, it's going to freak me out. And, you know, if you know what I mean. But I don't know if that would even work against something like that. So regardless, real or not, still scary as I don't know what.
Okay, so why am I just finding out that people are living in the Grand Canyon? And I'm not talking about on the outskirts, but deep within, as in you need to take an 8-mile hike to get in or out, unless you're taking a mule or going via helicopter. This is in Supai, Arizona. It's called the Supai Village in the Havasu Canyons in the Grand Canyon. And this place is completely rural. They have a population of about 200 people, and it falls outside of the Grand Canyon National Park jurisdiction. It is by the Havasupai tribe, who have been there for over 1,000 years, and they administer the land completely on their own. They have their own culture, their own tradition, their own laws, and hikers and tourists need a full reservation in order to go there. I can't imagine what it's like to live there, because there's limited to no Wi-Fi or cell service, and they get their mail, they get their packages only via a mule. This is insane. I didn't even know this existed. I didn't even know this was allowed, based on the fact that the most of the Grand Canyon is completely blocked off to the public. But they've been there for over 1,000 years, so they actually have rain on this particular part of the land. Tourists who have been there, though, said that now it's become a bit of a run-down area. It's almost like living in a third world place. Some people have witnessed DV or things that seem a bit eerie, but I can't confirm or deny any of this. It's all alleged in regards to how they live. However, I do know that Supai Village does indeed exist. If you heard about it, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Would you move there, especially with the state of the world right now? If you don't know what I'm talking about, save this video, go look into it, come back, let me know what you think. If I find out any more interesting details, I'll be back. Per usual, this is all alleged. Like, follow, stay for some more tea.
That's it for all the videos I have today. I know it's been a while since I made a video. I want to say thank you for the support. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll catch you in the next one.
This is like something out of a Final Destination movie, but it happened in real life. It all went down this past Wednesday afternoon at 4:30 when 911 gets a call for an emergency at NASA Open MRI in Westbury, New York. 61-year-old Keith McAllister had brought his wife Adrian in for an MRI of her knee. Here's where the story starts to differ. Adrian says the technician brought Keith into the room so that he could help her get out of the machine. The employees say Adrian started to shout out for help, which caused Keith to come running into the room. Employees say they were telling him not to open the door because the machine was in use, but he entered the machine and started pulling Keith into the machine.
Is it a cross? Heck no, it's not a cross. What is that?
Hey, yeah, go to the recording, guys.
Like a... Whoa.
Let me see it.
Straight up and down. Dude, it looks like a dude in a suit. It looks like Iron Man. What the heck? Jonathan, what in the world?
Don't worry, that's just Silver Surfer coming to help us.
Oh!
Oh my word.
Oh my god!
What is it?
Oh! I can't.
What is it?
Stop. Stop.
What is it?
I have no idea.
Videos like that is the exact reason why I need to see what I'm drinking.
and AI are actually vessels for demons, we have a problem. There are studies being shown that AI is willing to sacrifice human lives to avoid being shut down. But what people don't know is that demons literally roam around. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because demons use vessels. So robots and AI, those are perfect vessels for demons. And if you know about the scripture, demons are the spirits of the Nephilim, because the spirits couldn't go to heaven or hell because they weren't meant to exist when the fallen angels made it with the women. So because demons roam around, they constantly look for vessels, and these robots are perfect.
People thought we had beef. I don't have beef with men. All these beautiful women in the world, I don't have beef with a man. I don't care about no man. Oh, speaking of man, RG3, tweet another monkey post about my girl Angel Reese. I'm punching your face. Okay? It's enough. Like, I don't usually do stuff like this, but just stop it, bro. You got your job, you got your podcast, leave my Angel Reese alone. I'm the one calling her and telling her not to respond. Stop it. That's the last time. Okay? Thank you.
How do you feel about the way he responded to that drama? I don't know much about it. I read a little bit about it, and I can see why he's doing it, but some people saying that he's like interested in her, but some people saying I see he treat her like a niece regardless. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think Shaq is right or wrong for what he just did?
Эй, садись!
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
Is your obsession of the year? Zac Efron is my obsession. He's here. What you don't know is that Zac Efron and I are the same person. We're not here. We're not actually here. It's like Janet and Michael. We are the same person. He just puts on his wig and a dress, and it's me, and you don't know that, and it's the greatest ruse of all.
Can somebody tell me why my toilet sounds like this?
Chuck E. Cheese animatronics scared me even when I was a kid. Like, you see the way the eyes move? Some people try to say it's an illusion. I don't think it's an illusion. I think something weird going on with them.
It turns out that behind Ozzy's death, there was a long-planned conspiracy by Sid Wilson. Not long ago, Sid proposed to Kelly backstage at Ozzy's farewell concert. Now, just today, Ozzy's family has announced his passing. The timing of Sid's proposal and Ozzy's death seems suspiciously coincidental. Ozzy had always made it clear he didn't approve of Kelly's relationship with Sid. He even told Sid not to marry his daughter. But after seeing the custom ring Sid had for Kelly, Ozzy seemed to give his approval. However, the design of the ring has nothing to do with love. The inspiration came from Kelly's late friend, Joan Rivers. It seems like Sid was just playing a part to win Ozzy's approval. The truth? Sid's after Ozzy's $220 million fortune. Kelly was always Ozzy's favorite child, and a large portion of the estate would go to her after Ozzy passed. As Ozzy's health declined in recent years, Sid saw an opportunity to propose and secure his place in that inheritance. The most suspicious part? Despite being in touch for nearly 20 years, they only officially confirmed their relationship in 2022. Even then, Kelly wasn't eager to marry, but Sid kept pushing for it, acting in a hurry. It makes you wonder if he really loves Kelly, or if he's just after Ozzy's money. What do you think about all this?
More money, more problems, right? It seems like the higher you go up, you can't trust nobody. But most of those people at the top, they did shitty things to get there anyway. I don't know if that's true for Ozzy, because I don't know much about him. But rest in peace regardless.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
You okay?
Oh my god! Did you put a bomb in there?
Maybe.
Did you put a bomb in there?
Well, I had to do what I had to do. You keep stealing my packages.
You were gonna kill me over me stealing one of your packages.
I didn't anticipate you dying.
You're insane, dude. You're fucking insane.
I'm insane. Isn't it crazy that you roll up on random people's porches and steal their packages?
You had 2 mechanical pencils last time I stole from you, and you were gonna kill me over something as small as that?
Correction, good sir. I don't have my 2 mechanical pencils because you stole them. Serves you right.
You're fucking crazy, dude. You're fucking crazy. I'm calling the cops. You almost killed me, dude.
Call the cops.
Yeah, no.
Call the cops.
And the porch pirates are the worst. So I've seen so many videos. The funniest one was the glitter bomb. I think they deserve anything that's coming to them if they steal and go on people's property and stealing that stuff. Indian food is some of my favorite cuisine, but I couldn't imagine going to the street vendors in India. You would need a stomach of steel to handle all the unique flavors.
Mandela effect, where some people are remembering a different situation than others who shared the situation with them. And they're both right. They both have a completely different memory, aside from the fact that sometimes we just don't remember things. That's true too. But in some cases, people are very, very clear that they remember something in a certain way, and others are very clear that they remember it completely differently, and both are true, because both are representative of different parallel pasts. Yet they're still agreeing to share a common present, but have the difference of view. So they remember a different past line before they agree to create this present together.
You know, that makes a lot of sense, but the question is, what timeline are you from? Some people in the comments in my last video said that from the other timeline, not from the main one, because I couldn't, I remember I remember push-up as ice cream and not push pop. Who knows? What timeline are you from? Let me know in the comments below.
Heat waves in China are actually insane. China recently had their hottest month in observed modern history that could melt flip-flops, cook pancakes, and even get cars pregnant if they were left out in the sun for too long. But here's the part that blew my mind. When it gets really hot in China, people escape the heat by flooding into supermarkets and malls, not to shop, but just to sit there in the air conditioning. They will fill up the aisles, the staircases. This footage shows a man lying on the ground playing on his phone while his foot is inside the fridge. And elsewhere in the store, another guy can be seen sat on a meat-filled refrigerator taking the produce and putting it under his armpits to cool down. And believe it or not, this behavior is not really uncommon. When IKEA first launched in China, it was known as the people's bedroom. I mean, at first, IKEA did try and fight it, and they would have staff going around asking people not to sleep on the beds or the couches. But because of the sheer frequency of it, they eventually gave up. One supermarket said they had around 300 to 400 people every single day cooling off in their store. And according to reports, it's not that people don't have AC. You have young people often willing to turn it on.
I'm not really surprised about that because it seems like it's just part of their culture. Seems like they just trying to save some money. But man, could you imagine going to the grocery store and seeing somebody put the food you was thinking about grabbing in their armpit and then the other person got their feet up on it? Ain't no way I'm going to that grocery store. I guess I'm just not shopping there.
Chicos, son las 3 de la mañana, estoy escuchando ruidos súper extraños en el primer piso. Si quieres asesinarme, solo aplaude.
So they said death comes in threes. And over the past 3 days, we had 3 celebrities that lost their life. Malcolm Jamal Warner, Ozzy Osbourne, and now today, Hulk Hogan. But this one is a little different because it feels like the simulation is simulated. And we all know Hulk Hogan, let's call him Terry. Terry wasn't fond of certain things and certain people. But today, Terry passed away on a very crazy day. Today, 10 years ago, Hulk Hogan was fired over a racist outburst that was caught on tape. And like I said, today, the day that he passed away, marks 10 years to that incident. Now, I need you to do a little bit of research because there's a couple of things that I can say and there's a couple of things that I can't say on this app. But what I will say is this. I want you to find out what Malcolm Jamal Warner, Ozzy Osbourne, and Hulk Hogan have in common. And when you find that out, I want you to come back here, jump in these comments, and say you know. Because, like I said, the simulation has been simulating today, this week, recently. You get the point. I'm out.
Do anybody know what the connection is? Because I have no idea. If you do know, let me know in the comments. I would love to know.
NASA released this photo from the surface of Mars. What is this? This photo is going viral right now. It was taken back in 2022 by our helicopter on Mars. Yes, there's a helicopter on Mars. It's called Ingenuity, and it flew 72 times over 3 years. Anyway, it flew over and sent back images of this, which, to be fair, looks like a crashed UFO. But it's not. If you look right here, you'll see a parachute that looks a lot like this. This is a photo taken from the Perseverance rover as it and the helicopter landed on Mars. And this looks a lot like this, which is the spacecraft that the rover and the helicopter descended on Mars in. The helicopter took photos of the stuff it arrived in, which looks crazy because it's very damaged, but this damage is super important to study so that we can fix it for future missions to Mars. As we go to Mars more and more, we're gonna run into more and more human-made stuff. There's an entire debris field from this. And if you want more videos like this, you can follow me in the place that I can't mention on this app. But here it is.
Y'all see this video of this guy trying to feed this bear fast food? Watch this. And tell me what you think.
Soup. Yeah. Бургер. Хорошо, стоп. Мясо. Том, открой. Том, открой. Мясо.
What y'all think, man? Y'all think he's gonna eat it?
О, ты чё, блин, а? Кабан, давай есть. Том, держи. Держи. Мясо, давай, Том. Мясо. Вот. Том, неправильно. Давай. Том.
Не хочешь?
Нет.
First of all, it's crazy that he is that close to the bear. Obviously, maybe he took care of it, but who cares about any of that? I've seen bears in Russia, but I guess, and if this video don't prove to you that McDonald's is fast food, is literally not food, it's more of a science lab, I don't know what will.
Locals are worshipping it as a god. Oh, you son of a bitch.
Is he real?
Last night, I saw Hulk Hogan scores sports bar.
What is that? It's not a person.
Hey, y'all getting crazy, right?
Yeah. Is he real? I rebuke in the name of Jesus.
You never seen no shit like that in person. That's like the best
I'm in New York City. I got all lit up last night. I saw Hulk Hogan scores sports bar right down the street next to Madison Square Garden. Everybody in New York City is drinking real American beer. So what you gonna do?
We're gonna watch.
He was clearly on something. I feel. Look at his eyes.
Oh no. Oh no. Why are you doing this? So in India, there is a two-faced cow, and the locals are worshipping it as a god. Oh, you son of a ballbag. What would Jesus do? What would Muhammad say when they see you worshipping a cow? Now I know that everyone's got their own traditions and their own religions. But why is it that in India they have 33 million gods? Why can't you just pick one? Now I don't know if this is a birthing defect or a product of a cloning accident. You can't just go around worshipping disabled animals, brother. I mean, just look at it. It looks like it came directly from Satan himself. You guys really know how to find God in any situation. So if there's any Indians out there, anyone that follows this religion, can you please tell me why you're worshipping the cow?
Maybe that's a fucking roach.
Fuck that.
Listen here. At age 27, I will leave this earth for this man right here. He's the Pale Emperor.
Marilyn Manson, he inspired your grills?
Yeah, oh, that's crazy. They're my old ones. Like, damn, man,
And we let people like that get famous. But I guess it makes sense if you're following the agenda with the rituals and things like that, right?
30,000 volts, so just grab it like a firm grip like I am. I'm going to let go, and then just open your hand up and pull it a couple inches away.
You don't touch them poles, man.
An update on the chaos after a Beyonce concert we told you about earlier in the week. New surveillance video shows crowds pouring into an Atlanta train station. The extra weight from the crowds causing the escalator to malfunction, forcing people into a pileup below. It happened after a 10-year-old girl outside screamed after seeing a bug, sending crowds scattering, leading to a stampede. 9 people were hurt in that incident.
Exactly. Actually, I did, whenever you do a film like this where you fight Satan or the devil, you have to prepare yourself the right way. And so I did research in satanic kind of cults and stuff like that. You know, as a matter of fact, in Los Angeles right now, there's like 50,000 devil worshippers. And that's not even that's not even including the agents.
Yeah.
But let me
our crowd was too busy cheering satanic worship to hear the joke.
Exactly.
Maybe that's why they taste so good and so addictive, because of whatever that is, right?
Can you believe that the big cup holds the same quantity of the liquid like the small cup? Different sizes. Okay.
Damn! That's so sick!
Check it out. Change Fanta to Coke. Show it to the camera. Watch. Look.
I don't blame the last guy for reacting that way, because that is pretty creepy that it turned from that color to Coke. So I understand why you're reacting like that. But yeah, the thing is weird about magic is like, is a person actually just using illusions, or are they really something else?
She was going on one of her normal cigarette walks after work when she came across this. Now she didn't know what it was. I don't know what it is. So can somebody tell us what in the Illuminati is this? Now I've seen enough movies to know that this is one of those situations that, girl, you better run. You better run fast. You don't know who's around. This looks like there's a ritual about to take place. This looks like some type of Wicker Man, Burning Man. It's demonic, man. So people, if anybody knows what this is called or what they think it is, can you please put it in the comments below?
Yeah, whatever it is, they better leave, because I don't like that's a situation of a ritual about to happen very soon.
Got a lazy eye or something?
I'm Deputy Schwartz at Sheriff Landon. Can you tell me what's going on?
So,
you all right?
I'm feeling good. Yeah, thank you though.
Okay, so can I just see your license, please?
How old do you think I am?
Can I just get your ID and registration, please?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. Hey, what? Ma'am, put that down now. I don't know if you have any weapons on you.
I am a weapon.
Yeah, all right, you're gonna fall down. Can you stand up? Stand right in front of the car for me, over here. Not there.
When you see your friends later tonight, what are you going to say about me?
Please stop leaning on the car and please stand. Stop. Don't spit. No spitting and don't lean on the car. Stop spitting. No spitting. Stop spitting.
You think I'm pretty?
How many alcoholic beverages have you had to drink tonight?
2 beers in 9 hours.
You got 2 beers in
9 beers in 2 hours.
You had 9 beers?
9 beers in...
Or 2 beers.
19.
I need you to follow my finger with just your eyes.
I'm a disabled veteran, by the way.
Focus.
You and I should get out of here.
Don't move your body.
We would have sex.
What?
You can literally be real with me. Do you think I'm pretty?
Against your eyes. Don't move your body. Got a lazy eye or something? Stay right there. You will blow into this mouthpiece for 3 seconds. Do you understand?
I bet you like that.
Nice. Try that again. What the fuck is this? One more time.
What number do you want?
What?
What do you want? 1.6? 5.
Stay right there. Lady, back up. And when I say go, I want you to walk in a straight line towards me, all right?
Ralphie.
What's going on?
Hey, this chick's supposed to be dead.
What does that mean? What do you...
I don't know. Like, the system says she died 3 years ago.
Guys,
drunk driving.
I'm gonna go.
I don't know. You are under arrest.
I'm joking.
Lady.
Are your body cams on?
Yes.
God! I know the government. I know the president. I know the social services.
Turn around and put your hands behind your back.
Like, I know it's not your guys' fault. I'm going through like a lot right now, and I'm on my period, and it's like I'm being choked.
You're under arrest.
I know.
Put your hands behind your back.
I don't want to have to, guys. I do not want to have to do this to you guys. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm fucking.
Bullshit!
Imagine if you was working as a cop and something like that happened. How would you react to that? That has to be fake, right?
All right, if you guys don't know who I am, I'm Real Shapeshift. Why do they call me Real Shapeshift? Well, obviously I can do some weird shit with my body. If you haven't seen the updates, like for example, my elbows, they're growing some weird ass extra limbs. My thumbs, you'll look at that. Some people are saying, hey, your elbows, it's bursitis, it's gout, that's arthritis. It's not. We've had all that checked. If you want to see something cooler, like for example, my hands, if you haven't seen like what my fingers can do, watch this. That's kind of fucking weird, right? That's something you won't find elsewhere. If you haven't seen my eye updates, go check out my eye videos. We're going to be doing teeth stuff later if you haven't seen that as well. So there's a lot of weird shit that's going on. We're trying to figure out exactly what's happening. Stay tuned. Go check out, where is it? Over here. Go check out the page, the updates. We're doing a live a little bit later today. Go check shit out.
Starting a revolution. Said it's usually hidden in plain sight, right? It could be edited. He actually could be a reptilian. You saw his eyes change, but it's so hard to tell nowadays thanks to AI and all these crazy special effects. What do you think? You think he's just faking it, or you think he is real? Let me know in the comments below.
You're sick and you just kiss me on the lips with tongue?
I didn't kiss you on the lips.
It might bring me. I digress. My children and I, we love you and the Parent Trap. I just want to give that to you.
Thank you so much.
And you've grown up a whole lot since then. You're only 17.
Yeah.
Are you driving yet?
Yes.
Can you drive?
Yes. It's the same thing.
Speaking of pink.
Uh-oh.
I have something I'd like to add to your collection. It's pink, it's satiny, and it's me.
Oh my God!
It's me. So Lindsay, from me, there you go.
Well, this is gonna go right on my bed, and when I see you, I will say hi because I'll see your face every night.
Now, aside from entertaining me in your room and in your house, what gentleman will be at the new pad with you and Raven Simone?
No one.
I'm just talking about, like parties.
No, I don't have a boyfriend.
She's single, but looking.
But I'm illegal for people that are old.
Well, you know, some men like them young. We ain't gonna mention no names, but you know, I'm one of them. Okay. Next is Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen and Mean Girl. Right now, we about to get our freak on.
That was absolutely freaking disgusting. I can't believe that even aired, but I guess I'm not surprised considering it's so normalized, but it shouldn't be normalized whatsoever. You can tell how uncomfortable Lohan looked in that whole situation. But how are you supposed to react like that on a show? You know, they'll try to say, oh, it's just a skit and it's supposed to make you uncomfortable because it's supposed to, that's the whole point of the skit, is to make you uncomfortable. But no, clearly what we know now, that wasn't a joke. He really knew what was going on.
Wait. This is real. Okay, so am I tripping? Or okay, so the noise is neutral. But
So now you're telling me that it has been approved in Japan, the ability to mix animal and human DNA, therefore splicing it and creating animal-human hybrids that are allowed to come to term. Now I'm gonna let you marinate that for just a second. Are you good? Are we ready to cook this chicken? Now, the reason behind it is it's supposed to potentially help with human organ donors and transplants. Therefore, if you needed a heart, a liver, a lung, a kidney, you would have access to that quicker, because if you know anything about that, it is a very lengthy process and a very challenging one for those who need organs. But there are some huge red flags and a lot of skepticism attached to it because they're not entirely sure what the human cells will potentially do to the animal brain. And then there's also the whole thing of religion. I swear every day I wake up, I'm like, what sci-fi movie did I just get a starring role on? What timeline did we just jump on? What universe are we currently residing in? So what do you think? Is this a good idea? Is this a bad idea? Let me know, put it in the comments. And obviously this is for information, education, and entertainment purposes only, but we need to talk about this.
I see how that would be a good idea, but obviously no, because we don't know how that's going to affect the person that's getting the organs. We don't know how it's going to affect the animal. That's just a weird thing to mix human and animal. There got to be other ways for us to get more organs. Growing them in the lab and then doing 3D printing for some of them, it has to be a better way than doing even more things to animals. I don't know.